Oh, fuck. I didn't have the thing open.
You're now listening to Sport Champs.
What is up, you guys? Is my mic on? I can't even hear myself.
I can hear you.
What is up, you guys? My name is Rick G, and you guys are now listening to Street Champs exclusive sports podcast. Now I can hear myself a little bit better. Will you turn up my headphones a little bit more, bro? I don't know why they're so low. Maybe it's because of the music. Okay, I can hear myself way better now. I think. I don't know. I think it was the music. I think it was the intro that time.
The bitch was on 11.
That bitch was on 25. All right. Opening this up. What's up, guys?
What up?
Episode 11.
What's good?
Yes, sir.
Clearing the voice. Getting back in it. You know. I mean, should we just jump in weeks? I don't know. Doing my
I'm
week.
down.
I'll jump in my week, man.
Let's
I
get
just
it.
got done shooting today. That was
sure.
cool. That's a sport in itself.
It is.
Testing out the Glocks, testing out the SKS, you know what I mean? Hitting some targets, you know, seeing how they're shooting.
Hell yeah. Jelly.
All shooting great, you know. Got to clean them. That's it. That's it. That's all I did today. I mean, we have a crazy week of sports. I mean, that's not really my week though. So, how was your week, Winston?
It's good. Just, got to appreciate the start of football last night for us.
Round of applause.
That was a good. We'll get into the game later.
Yeah. I'm just glad football's back. That made my week better, knowing that football's back.
Oh,
So,
man, it did, dude. It felt good.
Yeah, I was like, Thursday night football, bro. Let's fucking go. NFL's starting. Like, I know that, maybe that's weird for non-sports people.
I think it's.
But for sports people, like, start
deal.
of NFL, fucking, that's huge.
Yeah.
The starting week, dude. I turned to Holly and I was like, man, it's here again. It's here again.
It's the best time of year.
Yeah, and they started it with a great game.
Absolutely. That was like low-key the Super Bowl we all deserved.
Let's not break it down yet, though. How was your week? What'd you do?
My week was chill. Nothing major. I mean, a few bumps in the road, but you helped me out, so we're good.
Hey, let's go.
But, I mean, same thing like Winston, like sports. Like when I woke up on Thursday, like I've never really had the Christmas experience because I never was raised, I was raised Jewish. But that being said, that's probably the closest I can get to the feeling of waking up on Christmas morning. Knowing that there's a game.
That.
It's like imagine like I like wearing nice shoes, get a new pair of shoes. You have like an emotional high that whole next day because you're going to wake up and you're like, yeah, I'm going to wear them bitches. Like that was that for me. Like I had a present at the end of my work shift, into my work week, an amazing game, super happy about it. Football's back. MMA's been here, you know what I'm saying? Like when football, basketball, and MMA are firing all cylinders, I can't ask for much more.
Right? Ugh.
Hell yeah. So this is kind of off topic, but when is
What's up?
MMA's hot season? Like when is MMA firing
All
on
the
all
time.
cylinders? Like
All the time.
Okay, so this
I say the summer, but
there's two things that drive the summer. Is one, they want to have the bigger cards in the summer because
and international fight weeks in the
those
summer.
are huge.
Okay.
But as random as it sounds, is those big number fight cards like that are divisible by 100. Like UFC 200 was in I don't remember the exact month. It was like November or some shit.
UFC
but
300 is going to be crazy.
yeah, exactly.
when it
So
comes to it.
big number UFC events. Those ones are they aim to make the biggest lineups as often as possible, but they do 6-month segments where they'll do this big press conference with all the fights that they've announced, and you'll get a good feel at the beginning of those 6-month segments of these are going to be the ones that they want to hit. And like you said, summertime, that's huge.
Yeah. So do you guys think it's summertime because football and basketball aren't as basketball is essentially done in June?
I would say, yeah.
And then NFL is done in fucking February. You know what I mean? That probably takes some of their viewers away, probably.
That has to equate to it.
That has to be a good part of it, yeah.
They're really cognizant of stuff like that. Like any viewership getting taken away from their events, they usually stray away from either those time frames for their event or the day altogether.
Yeah.
So,
Because, Saturday nights, for ESPN, that's a busy night for them because they got college football and shit, and MMA. That's a lot of...
It's a lot, but they can take that on because UFC's so big now, but I think if they still won't take on Floyd. Like Floyd Mayweather, if he's fighting, they usually do not have a card on his fights. I could be wrong, but usually they don't go head to head with a big boxing fight that.
They did one time. I forgot. I think it was a Canelo fight, ironically, and Canelo fights Triple G really soon. We can mention that, but Canelo, if I'm not mistaken, the UFC finished, or the Canelo boxing bout knowingly withheld the main event boxing bout until the end of the UFC card in its entirety. They tried to line that up as best they could so that the co-main event of boxing ended at the end of the main event for UFC. Didn't work out that way. They had, I want to say it was about a 15-ish minute pause.
Got you.
So
they're trying to account for that.
Yeah, they wanted, boxing was accounting for UFC in that scenario.
So the Anderson Silva and Jake Paul fight, we'll get into that later. But do you guys think that they're going to reschedule some of their fights for that? I know it's coming up soon, right?
October 29th.
I don't think, no, because
Those are
Dana
all
doesn't
set.
give a shit about that.
Yeah, he's
don't
not
think
really
so.
So
competing with novelty bouts.
He'll go head to head. He doesn't give a shit. Will he? I don't know.
That's pretty big boxing
It's
match.
huge.
It's one of the best boxing matches. So
It's Jake Paul's biggest.
That's
Yeah.
quite possibly going to be, potentially will be the most tuned into boxing bout of the year.
Let's not get into that though. Let's get into this football, huh?
Yes, sir.
So we had the Bills face the Rams last night, and
Oh my.
yep.
I mean, I told you guys before this, I went and took a shower before the end of the game.
Yeah.
It was a beating. The Bills beat out the Rams 31-10.
Bad.
And it was bad. I mean, if you guys go look at the highlights, I mean, Josh Allen, I remember at one point he was 20 for 20.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
Yeah,
And then I don't know what that ended at, but
The beginning
here,
of the game.
I'll look at it.
The beginning of the game was good. And then towards the end, Buffalo obviously pulled away. But there was tons of turnovers, bro. It was not.
I was just
It was
about to state
sloppy.
that.
It was
a
sloppy
sloppy
as fuck.
game. Josh Allen hitting 297 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, if we hit, wrong.
He played really well. For me, that was
He did play well.
Josh Allen's probably the best quarterback in the game. I mean, it's hard for me to dispute.
I mean, he's putting up yards, almost 300 yards. I mean, what was nice is I put a parlay for that game. I parlayed up Cooper Kupp to make 1 touchdown, and then I parlayed that up with Josh Allen to throw 2 touchdowns.
Nice.
I mentioned when he hit
easy
that.
plus
Yeah.
175, an easy plus 175 cash. I mean,
Did you see that Cooper Kupp catch?
yeah, dude.
That shit was lit,
That
bro.
shit was
Tap.
lit.
Beep,
Beep, beep, beep.
Dude.
1, 2,
like
3.
a ballerina out
Yeah,
here, bro.
dude, he's crazy. He's crazy. Even the commentator was like, "He got 3 in."
Yeah, for real.
And he was like, "Of course he did."
Yeah.
yeah, man. It is crazy. Someone else that didn't do too well, Matthew Stafford, also a guy on my bench for my fantasy league, doing 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions against the Bills. Now
Looking
I'm
good.
I'm not too crazy about it, but I'm not too sad about it too because. I mean, this is the Bills. This is the
Best defense in the
best
league.
defense in the league.
It's true.
I think Matthew Stafford's going to get a talking to after that week. I mean,
He played shitty.
he played very shitty. I don't think. Hopefully he bounces back. I mean, he's on my bench for right now.
Yeah.
I got good old Joe Burrow, so we'll see what he does.
Dude, the defense for the Bills was great. Dude, Von Miller, fucking,
going on?
he's handling it, bro.
I'm happy for
Dude,
him.
happy as fuck. Good for
As a-
Von Miller.
Yeah,
But
as
dude,
a Denver Bronco.
as a
man.
Denver Bronco, I'm also scared as fuck
Yeah,
about that
I'm like,
defense,
fuck, dude.
bro. If we're trying to go to the Super Bowl, we're probably gonna have to run against that, bro.
I don't know about how.
Hey,
I don't know if we're getting past that defense,
I can,
boys.
I can tell
Oh
you from
my God.
experience that I don't even remember what it's like to lose to that guy. So, Von Miller.
This guy.
Damn, this guy's.
All right,
Six
bro.
years.
When Russell Wilson drops 300 on your head, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
let y'all know.
this is the
Shut
scenario I
down,
imagine.
Patty.
Hold on, this is the imagine this is what I imagine. Like Russell Wilson drops back, 7 seconds left on the clock. Home he goes, throws it deep. Jerry Jeudy, 65-yard touchdown. Final score: Broncos 7, Chiefs 48.
oh god. No, definitely
Bro.
not. I don't know if y'all can
don't
score
think so.
48 points.
You know this isn't last year, right?
Yeah,
This is gonna be a different game.
y'all have
It's gonna be a
Tyreek.
different
Y'all
game.
gonna be dinking and dunking.
You don't have Tyreek. Everybody's figured out Patty Mahomes now.
I don't know about that. Let's not
Everybody's
get
figured out
crazy.
Patty Mahomes now.
Don't
Look at his
get
face. I said that
don't
for
get
him.
Dave. Yeah,
I
don't
know.
get-
I did it for him.
Don't let him do it for you.
He's gonna be like Patty Mahomes. Dude, like, we're gonna get him,
Oh,
him
okay.
on something else, dude.
Got you.
I did that one for you, but let's talk about these upcoming games, man. So Sunday, we don't have any Monday games, do we? No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Broncos play
I'm
Monday
tripping.
night.
I forgot to hit more games on my iPad, like a silly man. All right, so let's just go over the games first off, and then we'll talk about the ones we want to talk about. So we got the 49ers taking on the Bills on Sunday, 11 a.m.
Bills.
The Bears.
Bears, okay,
49ers versus the Bears. Sorry. On Sunday, which is also 9/11, just so you
Yeah.
guys know. 9/11 Sunday football.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of like It kind of takes the lust out of it, doesn't it?
No,
I'm just kidding.
no.
Yeah, I don't know.
It did happen 11 years ago though,
Wow.
which is crazy.
It's hard to believe. I was in second grade.
9/11.
Yeah, I was in
No,
second
it was
grade.
my
20.
bad. I thought it was 2011. My bad. I'm all.
Oh, I hate you, bro.
bad.
Dude,
Oh
Winston's
my
the
God.
worst, dude. I was like, that didn't even make sense what I just said. I said I was in second grade just now.
Bro.
You made me look
When
so
you said
stupid.
it, when you said it, I was like, wait, no, something's not right.
That was
I was
11
like,
years
that's
ago.
what I said, was it?
My
I'm
God.
like, wait.
Yo, can we delete that?
Yeah,
I think we're gonna delete that part.
All right.
No, we're
I'm
not.
all high.
We're definitely not deleting that. That's embarrassing. Damn, I'm all fucking. So 11 years ago, I would have been 17
You
in
can
second grade.
Put the blame on me, bro. I'll be Akon.
Okay. Young Jeezy. All right. 49ers taking on the Bears on Sunday, 11 a.m. Same time, Patriots, Dolphins. Same time, Colts, Texans. Same time, Ravens, Jets. And then at 2:25, we got the Packers and Vikings. And wait, I wish it was said at home.
You skipped a couple.
Well, I'm going down the line. I'm going, and then I'm going to go back up. And I wasn't like reading like that.
We're good.
Like
My bad.
It's all good. Yeah, thanks, Dave.
Thus far,
Raiders are taking on the Chargers at 2:25.
that should be a good game.
That should be a good game. Buccaneers taking on the Cowboys 6:20 p.m.
I think the Buccaneers are gonna shit on the Cowboys.
I agree. I agree.
think they're gonna shit
I have Dak though. We need Dak to put up some yards for us.
I have Dak on my team too, on my fantasy team, but
He needs to put up some yards.
I put in Winston, bruh. I put in Winston
because your name is Winston.
But dude,
But dude,
the Cowboys' offensive line is out. Like not the whole one, but the star left tackle. Like the Bucks have a good defense.
Okay, well listen. All I have is Dak Prescott. Okay, so that's what we're running with. I need him to do good.
There's no good
I know, it
QBs on
sucks.
the free agent wire.
No, I mean I picked up. And then I'm talking about. So I'm in 3 leagues. This is just one of the
Oh
leagues.
fuck, you're in 3?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
annoying.
goddamn.
It's annoying. One of the leagues I have Dak Prescott and Mac Jones. That's it. I gotta run Dak. I'm not gonna put in Mac fucking Jones.
Yeah,
dude.
Mac Jones is
Jesus. All right,
risky.
going over these games still. Eagles Lions 11 a.m. Same time. Steelers Bengals. Browns Panthers. We got the Saints Falcons. Jaguars Commanders. Weird to say. Very weird to
Yeah.
say.
feels wrong.
Yeah, I don't
a
like that.
CFL
I'm
team.
never going to like the name. Giants taking on the Titans at 2:25 p.m. Then we have, and this is Mountain Time, just so you guys know. Sorry. And then the Chiefs are going to lose to the Cardinals at 2:25 p.m.
That should be a good game.
And then the Broncos, Russell Wilson's going to be throwing all over his old team, the Seahawks, at 6:15 p.m.
Dude, a crazy bet. I saw the Seahawks minus 6.5
What do you mean?
for the spread. So basically,
What does that mean?
The Broncos have to beat them by 7. If the Broncos beat them by 7 points or more, then you win your money. You win your bet. So basically, you're betting that the Broncos are going to beat the Seahawks for more than 6.5 points.
That's very doable.
Yeah, that's crazy odds. I fucking put like $20 on it, dude.
Whoa!
Oh yeah.
Wait.
I'll see what it is now, but yeah.
Yeah, pull up those lines now. Let's talk about that a little bit. That's one game to kind of break down a little bit. What do you
there's-
think about that, Dave?
I think week 1, there's 2 games, maybe 3 games that aren't the Chiefs that I'm very excited about. Russell Wilson, because I want to see what him and that new court.
We have to see.
You got a new head coach. You got Russell Wilson. I want to see what it looks like. I got to play him twice a year, so I want to see. I got all eyes on that. We got to watch that divisional game. Got to watch the Chargers and the Raiders.
Watch, if we get shit on, if the Broncos get shit on, Dave's just gonna be like, ha!
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't.
I would.
I kind of would too.
I believe
I'd
in
be like, wow.
I believe in karma, so like I wouldn't rather than shit on y'all. I would just hope that we win. I'm not.
You would definitely take a dig at it.
Yeah, yeah.
I know you, bro. You would
Alright.
definitely talk
Yo,
shit.
clip this now and then catch to Dave next week. He's like, what the fuck was that?
I'd be pissed too, but
all of us would be going off.
If
dude.
I was a fan of another team, I would definitely make fun of the Broncos because we think we're Super Bowl contenders
Right now,
A
dude,
lot of
let's
people
go.
don't think we are. Like, I don't think we're like second best team in the.
I think we're making the playoffs.
Yeah,
For
we
sure.
definitely
Definitely.
should. But our fucking division's stacked.
3
dog.
teams could make the playoffs in our division. Like,
Yeah.
everyone would be like, I saw that coming.
Yeah, like
Right.
bro, we could go 2-4 in our division, and that's like 4 losses right
You
there.
saying that? What's the one team that's not making it to the playoffs? Go.
Raiders.
I mean, my pick is the Raiders, but you know
They could
we
still
don't
go
know.
too.
We
They
don't
went
know.
last year.
Yeah, they still can go.
They don't have like their offensive line is a question, I think, for
New
the Raiders.
coach.
But that's it. Yeah, and a new coach and Josh McDaniels. But they have all the weapons to be successful.
They do.
Like, they have all the offensive weapons.
Yeah, they do.
Josh McDaniels, pretty successful coach too.
Not a head coach. Dude,
No?
for the Broncos,
No?
he shit the bed. Remember when he was the Broncos head coach?
Oh, that was the Bronco. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm stupid.
No, I mean, we went like
That
6
was
and 0.
him.
We went
Is there
6
another McDaniels? Am I fucking
No,
stupid?
it's the same guy.
That's the same guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of thought it was. I thought he was better.
He was offense. He's good at
God damn it.
offense
I'm gonna
coordinator.
take that back.
For the
I
Pack.
got my foot in my mouth this episode.
Yeah, he's a good offense coordinator for the Patriots, but when he's head coach for the Broncos, he shit the bed.
Yeah.
I thought he was decent.
But
Yeah. But so the bet
Well,
is
it's
still,
good he's with the Raiders. I hope they lose.
So basically, every AFC West division game I think this year is must-see TV. Like every matchup, no matter who it is. Like Raiders versus Chiefs, Raiders versus Broncos.
Oh yeah.
Chargers versus any of the
gonna be
like,
crazy.
It's just going to be a bloodbath. Like
Yeah.
it's
If we
very,
lose to the Raiders this year,
Dude,
I'll be pissed.
I
I'm just saying.
I already thought
The
about
new team. We have a new structure. We
You have a
lose
lot-
to 'em.
you got a lot of
We got
new
our asses
going on.
kicked last year by them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have Russell Wilson.
I know. Now we do, and if we still lose to them, I'm pissed.
I mean,
well, it just depends on how you lose. If you guys are playing your game and you're just getting outscored, you're just getting outclassed.
If it's like a good game, I won't be mad. If it's a good
the
game,
Broncos
I'll
had
be
a spree of
You're
beating
right.
themselves.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
You're right.
I got a splitting with everyone in the division. So going 1-1 against every divisional team.
Now let's look at some. I want to pull up a few bets for football. Let's talk some bets a little bit. Let's pull up some apps.
So the Broncos are still.
what's a good money line bet, or maybe let's parlay up maybe. Or think about our parlay with this
All right,
too.
I would
because I wanted to make our parlay everything like MMA, football, all that shit. Because this is Sport Champs, so let's mix the bowl.
So
Mix
get
the bowl.
used to me saying like Mahomes
What a
over
benefit.
like 300 yards and bets like that.
Props.
Like,
You're gonna
stuff
be big
like
on
that.
props.
That could be my weekly thing.
I like that though. Props. I mean, you're
Now
making
that's
money
not
that
what I'm
way.
doing this week. That was just an example. And then once basketball's
So
back,
we have a
man.
lot of favorites this week.
Oh,
It
another
would be good to parlay a few of these up. Like we have a Ravens at minus 280. We have a Colts at minus 315.
before I would bet on the Ravens, I would want to be certain the whole Lamar scenario.
Is he? They said they had to come up with something by Wednesday.
He had a
What happened?
negotiation deadline that was sometime today, and he said if they don't finish or if they don't come to an agreement, there's no more negotiations for this year, and we don't exactly know what his intentions are. I doubt Lamar's the type of guy who would sit out. I think he's a competitor and he wants to go get the bag in the form of playing. But if he doesn't feel like he might take the gesture of them not making him the highest paid dude with probably the biggest guarantees ever because that's what he wants, he could take that personally. And then he's like, I don't want to play for you because you don't want to do that. Like, think about it. Like, what was that Lamar rumor we heard about?
Might go to Miami.
So there was apparently there was a picture of Lamar photoshopped into a Miami uni on like Instagram or Twitter, and homie liked it.
Yeah.
So,
Lamar Jackson liked it.
does that
So
mean-
he wants to go to Miami pretty much?
Yikes.
That's a possibility.
But I mean, he's at that point. You're playing hardball. Like you're being like to the Ravens. That's a negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
Your
It's a
social
tactic.
media,
It's a tactic, man.
exactly. And dude, this is if you think about it. If he's gonna hold out, this is the best way to fuck that team over. Like, because if you hold out early, then you're letting them get a backup. If you wait till the last minute, you're fucking your team hard.
yeah.
But like, if you're trying to get the bag, he's playing for like $5 million this year, bro. He ain't playing for shit. He's worth way more than $5 million.
And with his play style, his body
That
is
isn't shit.
Exactly.
He's getting
That
a lot
isn't
of wear
shit.
and
5
tear.
million?
Think
So,
about.
Shit.
Sorry.
Think
go
of
ahead.
just with Kyler Murray. Like, I would rather have Kyler Murray on my team personally than Lamar. Not for any personal reasons, just for play style reasons. But that being said, like Lamar deserves more money because he's a better athlete. Like I think Kyler Murray has maybe a better instinct with his arm, but I think Kyler's not as fast. He's not
Yeah.
as elusive. And on top of that, the dependency that his body has to go through, he has running back miles on him now.
Yeah.
He's a quarterback.
Well, when we saw what happened to RG3, RG3
Exactly.
was lit, and then he got hurt and was never the same. Like, and so that could happen to Lamar, bro. And I don't
knows
want to
this.
see that
Yeah,
happen
I
to
don't wanna
Lamar.
see that happen
Lamar
either.
deserves to get fucking paid, bro.
I'm scared.
He should get paid.
Not the highest in the league because he's not the best quarterback in the league. But
that's
He's
the
good.
market.
He's good though.
That's
yeah,
just the
he's
market.
good, bro. And I don't blame the Ravens for not signing him because he is a mobile quarterback, and we could see what happened to RG3 happen to Lamar. We could see that.
Could see it.
They're the
But-
same fucking thing. Heisman Trophy winners.
Yeah.
Like Lamar never won an MVP, but
Yeah, RG3, yeah,
well they both won
New
Heisman's. Yeah.
yeah, but not MVP.
That's crazy.
crazy. All right. Do you want to shoot out a bet for this week for an NFL? Just to shoot out one.
Definitely
and then
the Broncos.
We'll think of the parlay
one.
later.
Definitely the Broncos one.
What did you get on that?
It's still minus 650
For what? What is it?
6.5
What is it?
for the spread.
Minus 6.5 spread.
Yeah. So the Broncos need to win by 7 or more.
Minus 110. That's
points.
a good. That is a good.
Yeah, you essentially double your money. So I bet $20 on this before to win $18.18.
Ooh, Winston, should I join you with this bet, dude?
I mean, if you think about it, bro,
I'm joining you with this one, buddy.
the only way the Broncos don't win by 7 points is if they win by 3 points or 4 points, which is not a touchdown. I don't think this is going to be a last drive game. I don't think it's going to be a close game.
Me neither.
I don't think so either.
Like, unless it's a garbage time touchdown by Seattle on the Broncos, then I don't see the points being less. The Broncos winning by less than 7 points.
Yeah, same.
I don't see that happening.
I don't see
happening
Seattle
either.
getting moving the ball successfully like this year, and the Broncos defense is not a defense that even when complacent is going to allow garbage.
Should I put $10 on it with you, dude?
I put 20 on it earlier. I'm going to put some more money on it, honestly.
Oh, my VPN's on.
Because, dude, Seattle probably
There it
one of
went.
they're
Okay, well, I
probably
can't do it till later, so.
probably the worst team in the league. I mean, the Texans, I think, are better than Seattle.
Or
You
Detroit.
think so?
Or Detroit. Yeah, I think Detroit's, but they got Jared Goff. I mean, I know he's
They
not
do have
great,
Jared
but
Goff.
like
DeAndre
They have
Swift's a
DeAndre
beast.
Swift, yeah.
the Seahawks have Geno Smith and Drew Lock.
And DK.
That's
They have Lockett.
well, no, I'm talking quarterbacks. I'm not talking total.
I know.
Like you
I'm
got
just
good,
trying to help.
you got good wide
Trying
receivers.
to help, dude.
But when you go from Russ to these guys,
It's just like night and day.
it's hard to be a good
night and day.
wide receiver when you have a bad quarterback. Like,
Yeah.
it's hard.
It's hard.
So I think
Yikes.
Seattle's probably the worst team in the league.
I kind of agree.
Yeah. And I don't normally bet that much money, so the fact that I'm putting $20 on it and probably will put more means that
We
I'm
should. Let's
very
put money
confident.
on it, dude. Let's put the house on it. You trying to put the house
I'm
on
not trying
it?
to put the house,
Okay,
but
okay.
$20 is like a lot for me.
I mean, that's a
I make
lot
small
for you.
bets.
Yeah. I mean, I make small bets too, but payoff bets. That's nice. Okay, I like that. One I wanted to kind of state and maybe talk about too. We have Russ at a minus 110 for both under and over 250 yards.
Okay. That's a tough one because if it is a blowout,
115 minus 115. Sorry.
okay, because if it's a blowout, they're going to run the ball.
Nah, you're
And so
right.
if
You're
they-
right.
And
you're
if they
right,
run the
you're
ball
right, you're
efficiently,
right,
they're
you're
going to run the ball more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If they start off with running the ball and then just continue to run the ball and don't even have to pass, then
Why would they?
Exactly. But
That makes sense.
I don't think it's going to be that easy. I think they're going to have to throw
They're
it.
going to have to throw.
Yeah,
Everybody
but-
wants to see Russ throw.
Yeah, but Russ, they're worried about winning.
I
They're
know,
not.
I know,
It's
they don't
in
care. They
Seattle,
don't
bro.
care.
The fans are going to be
shit,
hyped.
They're in Seattle.
The
Whoa.
fans are going to be hyped, bro.
This is going to be a crazy game.
Yeah,
So
they're going to be loud.
There's a lot of narrative games in week one that, like, of course the NFL like would do this, but like there's that. We got Baker with his revenge game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is kind of a weird one. Joe Flacco is playing against Baltimore.
Oh,
starting
shit.
for the Jets.
Yeah.
For 4 weeks.
Wow.
He's out.
Zach Wilson's out in at least 4 weeks, they said.
Really? Fuck, dude.
Got the receipt, dude. I'm on it with you.
Nice. $10.
Yep. I put $10 on it. We'll talk about it more. I might put a little more later on.
No, but that's crazy, dude.
So there's a lot
That's
of
a good
like
bet.
there's a lot of narrative games week one that have like important stakes because of like people departing and stuff.
yeah.
So I mean, I'm really looking forward to that.
I don't think the Jets are very good though.
No,
Jets
even
are not
with
gonna be good.
with Zach Wilson, I don't think they're
He's
very
hurt,
good.
isn't
Yeah.
he? Didn't he
Yeah.
get hurt?
Yeah.
he's
So
hurt.
they have Joe Flacco going against Baltimore.
Nah.
So like they could
Joe
win that.
Flacco, dude. We seen what happened with
If
Joe
Brees
Flacco.
Hall
dude.
goes the fuck off, they could win that.
Dude, like in the NFL, anything can fucking happen. Like the Jets
yeah.
last year won with like that Matt White guy.
Oh yeah.
Remember he came out of fucking nowhere.
They put his jersey in like their Hall of Fame because it was the best starting Jets quarterback, whatever, and then he just never played again because
Yeah.
he wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I mean he played like another game and did terrible.
Yeah, he went like 5 touchdowns and no incompletions his first game
that
or
shit
some
was
shit.
fire.
All right, let's talk about another game this week that's pretty hot.
Chiefs,
You said
Arizona.
Chiefs Arizona. You want to talk about it? What do you think?
I'm just curious to see what I think that this is going to be a transition year for the Mahomes offense because we don't have Tyreek. That being said, I think we're going to have more receptions this year. He might have more receptions this year than any year he's ever quarterbacked because he has to spread the ball. We're not going to get those 35-yard plus touchdown passes over the top like we used to. We're still going to because, like, if you think about it, MVS, he's not an every down reek capable player, but in certain scenarios where his job is to just run a streak route and go straight, he's one of the fastest dudes in the league. So he's going to take the top off, and when he takes the top off, safeties are going to have to respect that, corners are going to chase that, and then like Kelsey going to get his. But
what do you think? Kelsey going to get his?
Kelsey's definitely going to get his.
He's going to get his because he's on my team. Fantasy team. He's getting his.
He's like Cooper Kupp, bro. Like
he is, dude. Guaranteed points.
Exactly. Guaranteed PPR. Like, and
Kupp got like 28 points last night.
He's just so good, you can't stop him.
Yeah,
so good.
And it's because it's it's between the ears, man. He's got such good instinct. He played quarterback briefly in college, so he knows what the quarterback's looking for and what he wants. And like, he's not like Kelsey is one of the best wide receivers of all time, not in the wide receiver slot. Like, I think he's the second best tight end of all time behind Tony G, of course, but Tony G did things that no other tight end could do. Tony G was like, throw it to the red zone, he'll find it. But like Kelsey, he will go get you a 45-yard like wide receiver-esque play
on fourth down,
on like shit like that. Like, if you look at the 13-second miracle that he said to Mahomes, he's like, "Yo, they're leaving me out in the middle. They're leaving me out in the middle." And then like Mahomes called an audible. He goes, "Kelsey, do it. Kelsey, do it." And Kelsey runs straight, turns around, catches the ball. We go on to beat the Bills and then lose to the Bengals, whatever. But
and lose to the Bengals, whatever.
But the thing is moments like that in those like in that moment. Like, that's the biggest stage, shy of the Super Bowl itself or the AFC Championship itself. And homie delivered, and not only did he deliver, that was all improv. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's between his eyes. He's just reading. He's so intelligent. Like,
so reeling back to Chiefs Cardinals, you don't think the Cardinals defense is anything for Chiefs or what?
I think the Cardinals defense is good. You know what I'm saying? They have Buda Baker. They have a lot of good pieces.
I think Chiefs are a big favorite.
Who's that dude from Clemson that they drafted? Isaiah
Simmons.
Yeah, that dude's a beast.
He's really athletic, but...
And then we have the Cardinals sitting at a plus 200 underdog.
So I don't...
That's not crazy.
It's in Arizona, this game.
The spread's for Chiefs sitting at 110 as well.
I just
minus
want to...
110. It's a pretty good spread pick, too.
I just want to see what we do.
It's about the points.
It is about the points, yeah.
It's all about the points. Because the spread is almost always minus 110.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's like the coin flip spread.
Yeah. It's basically they need to win or lose by this much.
minus 6.
Yeah. So that's... The Chiefs would have to win by 6 points. I think it's going to be a good game. Chiefs should win this game.
Mm-hmm. Our defense got better.
Yeah, but
defense did get
you guys could lose.
Yeah. So would you say an Arizona Cardinals pickup on money line plus 200? Not a bad pickup.
Cardinals or Chiefs?
The Cardinals plus 200.
I wouldn't pick that up.
I wouldn't pick it up either.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick
it up. I just had to ask. All right. So, do you have any other notable game this week, or should we go on to maybe some dark horses for this season?
I want to see how Matt Ryan looks for the Colts.
Yeah.
So we got the Colts taking on
Texans, I believe.
The Texans. Yes, you were correct.
I'm interested to see what happened in the offseason. Like Trevor Lawrence, is he gonna take that next step?
Yep.
Because he was trash last year. Like, what's he gonna do? Like, what are the Texans gonna do? I think the Texans might be decent, bro. They got a
With
decent.
Who?
They David Mills was the rookie last year from Stanford. He's pretty good.
He is pretty good.
He's pretty good.
I don't know.
He did well last year on a shitty team, but so they might be good, in my opinion.
I think Detroit's going to turn a corner.
I
see Detroit coming up, dude.
I think they're too talented that their record doesn't reflect what they did last year, and they lost so many one-possession games.
They got so fucked last year.
They got fucked,
and they got fucked at the beginning of the year. When you're a shitty franchise and you already fuck up, you basically are in tank mode after that. Like Josh that was here last week, he wanted the Broncos to tank, like for the past 3 years to get a good quarterback.
Yeah, draft one or get now you got Russ.
Exactly, and so when you do shitty at the beginning, then your team's in tank mode. It's just unfortunate. That's the way it is.
We got Russ for such a long time now.
Yeah.
Wow, I hope we do something with it, man.
Yeah.
I really
he
hope
will
we
take
do.
y'all to the playoffs. I guarantee it.
So that's and maybe saying that's going to be my dark horse. I think the Broncos are the dark horse right now.
Think so?
The question mark dark horses.
It's
a big question mark on
We're
us.
underdogs, bro. To win the Super Bowl, we're like plus 1,700 to win the Super Bowl, bro.
Not a bad pickup.
Not a bad pickup. If you're a Bronco fan, throw $5 on that bitch, dude.
Yeah, just saying, not a bad pickup.
Yeah.
Who's your dark horse though? Give us a dark horse of this season.
I think
AFC, NFC, it doesn't matter.
I think the Colts will be good. I think Matt Ryan is a veteran, and I think he'll make it work. Other than the Colts, I don't know. I'm just really interested. I think the Texans might be good, but they're not going to do anything in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think the Colts could be like legitimate contenders potentially because their defense stacked. Defense is stacked, and they're in a not good division. They're in the division with Jacksonville, Titans, and fucking Houston.
So definitely the division leaders.
Exactly. Like Titans don't have AJ Brown. I think that offense is going to struggle. They're going to be running the ball with Henry, and
Henry's going to be working hard.
Yeah,
he's on my team.
Yeah,
he's on one of my teams.
He's going to get really good work, but it's going to be hard for the offense to be successful.
Who's your dark horse this year?
So I don't think that this team is going to take the step necessary to be a dark horse for Super Bowl contender, but I think that this team is a dark horse that's going to potentially win a playoff game, if maybe even an upset, depending on who they're lined up against. But I think the Eagles, they drafted well. Jalen Hurts has a lot of potential.
He's good, man.
Their receiver room is so young. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, like you got two Heisman Trophy. You got a Heisman Trophy quarterback, Heisman Trophy wide receiver. Fucking AJ Brown's 1,000-yard receiver every year.
Yeah.
Like their tight end is Goddard.
Jalen Hurts can run that bitch too.
He's mobile. They have like a pretty decent O-line. Like I don't know too many notable names other than like center Jason Kelsey.
Yeah. They got Lane Johnson too. I think the Eagles are going to be really good. That's
They're
a really good pick.
I was about to say, man, that's a great pick because I won the Super Bowl on my fantasy league last year with Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
I had Kyler.
Great last year. I'm actually really sad I didn't get him this year. That's great. I like that. I like all those picks. Anything else on football, man? Should we just go to football news, huh?
I think
go to a little
good.
newsy doozy.
Yeah,
that was great. That was good. That was a good little football talk. Maybe we'll talk about it again here in a little bit. But one little piece of news that I found. Speaking about football, this has nothing to do with the sport, but maybe the old players. We got Adrian Peterson and Le'Veon Bell finally showing off some hands for their fight that they're going to have.
Yeah. You seen
the
Did
clip?
you guys see the clip yet? I haven't watched it. I wanted to kind of keep it a natural reaction.
I seen
watch it.
Y'all got to watch it.
Go ahead and explain a little bit about it while I pull this up.
I mean, there's not really much to entail. It's a sparring footage between Adrian Peterson and then I don't know who his sparring partner was. I didn't really read that far into it.
Open those up on your phone too, just so you can see it and we can talk about it. Winston.
But it's a moment where Adrian Peterson, not only did he show a lot of like his athletic ability, which we all know he's a beast for having, but he like showed he's got hands. He showed he's got some fluidity. It's easy to look good training, let that be said, but I honestly think we're in for like a good bout after watching that.
Nice.
I'm surprised you said that.
Well,
okay, I'm waiting for this ad. Okay, here we go.
Have you seen the Frank Gore knockout highlights when he boxed?
Yes, that was actually impressive.
I think Adrian Peterson is more athletic than Frank Gore, so I anticipate a more athletic.
So who's
version.
this first?
I don't know who the
I
person is.
think Adrian Peterson's first.
You'll know. I only watch the Adrian Peterson footage. You'll know who's who when they're sparring.
And then who's that? That's Adrian, right?
That's not the sparring footage that I had seen.
The guy with his shirt off?
I think that's Peterson, dude.
Beanie?
I mean, he's facing away from the camera. I mean, those hands don't look bad. They don't look bad. I mean,
Hey, Ricky.
oh, turn it down. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, it looks like Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was Peterson.
Fuck.
I mean, his hands don't look bad.
No, it looks like Le'Veon Bell.
Is that Le'Veon? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the second guy's Peterson. You can definitely tell the difference. Oh yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't know.
Bell
Looks okay, I guess. Like I
I
don't really
want
know
to
what
see
I'm
who
looking
has the
at.
better hands. Who has better hands is what the why I even put this up here.
Yeah, I mean, Adrian Peterson, I think, is winning. I think he's just more athletic.
His hands are slow. I mean, it's kind of hard. You can't really tell. It's hard to tell.
And I think Adrian Peterson is just.
I mean, I'm used to watching UFC fighters hit the mitts, so like seeing this, I'm like.
I think Adrian Peterson is more of like a crazy like when people have like that killer mentality, you're like, damn, this dude could literally kill me. Mm-hmm. I get that vibe from Adrian Peterson.
I don't know the hands I'm seeing though. I don't get the vibe.
I mean,
I'm sitting here watching him hit these bags, and I'm not getting that.
I just think his.
I'm trying to find the footage I had seen.
I think his instincts are going to come out.
You think so? And just throw in.
I think Adrian Peterson is just going to fuck him up.
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell is kind of he's not a bitch, but like, I don't know.
I like it, dude. He gave him Adrian Peterson had the better hands. Who you got? Who had the better hands to you?
Adrian Peterson for sure. I'm just trying to find the footage I was referencing.
Le'Veon's just like it just seems too soft with it.
I think low key on that same card. That's why I'm referencing it. I think Swaggy P might get fucked up by Blueface.
Blueface pulled out.
Oh well, scratch that comment.
Why?
Yeah, I mean,
Why?
Probably from footy from his lady
yeah,
sparring.
who knows? Who knows? He pulled out though. Yeah, so Blueface not fighting anymore. They're looking for a replacement.
That probably won't
whack.
happen that fast.
Crazy, right? Crazy. More on this sports news though. How about we? I don't know. I don't really. Let's. I'm gonna skip one of these, but let's go to. Did you see the BKFC this last weekend? Did you see the BKFC this last weekend?
I saw the ending.
So over this last weekend, we had a great BKFC card. They were in Thailand.
Yep.
We had fighter Ty Emery knocking out. I forget who she was fighting. Knocking out the lady she was fighting. After to celebrate her win, boom, pulling titties out.
Yeah, she jumped
Jumped
up
on the rings, titty out, dude. Titties out.
Hell yeah.
And you could kind of see it, like there was side boob. Like you seen the side boob, fire
Yeah.
side boob. But yeah, I mean, I've never seen a fight celebration like this. The commentator even said, "Never seen this before in my life." We have breaking news.
That just happened. Oh my god. This is MMA.
Hold
sorry.
on. Yeah. So continue though. Continue the titty.
Oh, so this is one thing that was kind of funny. So she was on some podcast or something recently, and she said, "Yeah, I when I was in COVID and I couldn't spar and I couldn't train, I had to earn some money. So she's like, I made an OnlyFans so I could try to earn some rent money. And she's like, I kind of forgot about it. And she's like, after that fight where she pulled her tits out, she said she had over 100,000 new OnlyFans subscribers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, so she was like, oh my God, I didn't think that would have that reaction. But
Yeah.
if you look her up, she's a little baddie too.
Damn. I bet a lot of chicks are going to do that. Start doing that now.
I'm not mad at it.
Made a lot. I'm not mad at it, he says. Yeah, I mean, is there any legal repercussions?
If the promotion isn't okay with it, but OnlyFans sponsors BKFC fights.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's on the
Dude,
ring apron.
What if they had ring girls, but they were naked? Why don't they do that?
I have no.
And they could be OnlyFans models.
I have no logical response that could suggest why that can't be.
Yeah. Well, BKFC hit me up. No, I'm just kidding. Not to do it.
Introducing the new creator.
What's crazy about all that? She said her OnlyFans went up by 6,150% after that.
Yeah, she got I exaggerated when I said a number.
Paid.
Nice.
She got paid from that, dude. Paid.
Winston, I'm sending you this article.
Send the art.
We're gonna talk about
so
this in
we're
one
gonna
sec.
no, hold on. Don't send it to him yet. Let's talk about it. Okay. So one more thing before we talk about that,
Sorry.
because that's huge. Big breaking news in the MMA world. Live right here on Sport Champs, even though we're not live. AEW superstars. So we're actually going to talk about pro wrestling for the first time on here.
Oh yeah.
AEW superstars getting a giant brawl in the back.
I heard about it.
CM Punk went out for their press conference, started talking shit. If you guys know CM Punk is one of the wrestlers that works for AEW, used to work for WWE, did have a few fights in the UFC. They were terrible. Dude got his ass kicked most of
He's
the
got
time.
to be old, bruh.
He's old now.
He is.
Was talking shit at the press conference about a guy named Kenny Omega and guy named Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. And that's two other dudes, two brothers, Matt and I forget the other homie's name. But they're brothers and they're homies with Kenny Omega. They literally rushed CM Punk's room, broke in that bitch, and started fighting. It said they fought for 4 minutes straight, just no one could pull them off from ever. It just kept going, it was just a giant mess. And yeah, I just wanted to state that because
Do you think that actually happened, or do you think
yes.
that was...
No, this is not a
They
rib.
got suspended.
Yeah, this isn't
all
a rib.
of them are suspended. CM Punk vacated his title and is probably isn't going to be with the organization again. It's real shit. They got in a real fight.
Oh.
That's what happens when steroids fucking
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just kidding. But I just thought it was crazy. I mean,
So coming to
Pretty
an
crazy shit.
Coming to an episode of Dark Side of the Ring near you.
yeah,
On
seriously,
Vice.
on Vice, dude. They went in. They were fighting. I don't know. I really don't know any other news other than that.
Are you familiar with the Jim Cornette podcast?
No.
Okay, well, it's good. Rather than trying to explain it, he's an old, he's so heavily involved in the wrestling game that you'd have to just watch about him. He was been in every Dark Side of the Ring. He's been interviewed in them. He has a podcast where he just kind of reviews modern wrestling, and his review of that incident is I haven't watched it yet or listened to it yet. It's only audio. It's 3 hours long. So he's got a lot to say. He's a very colorful former commentator. You've definitely heard of him if you're a wrestling fan. I highly recommend the Jim Cornette podcast. I can't remember what it's called, but you should check it out too.
I should check it out.
This shit is like very rare that something that you would assume is like a rib that they would have written is actually real, and everyone gets real world consequences in wrestling. Like normally this shit's written. This shit ain't written at all.
Yeah.
These are fist fights.
They get pissed at each other. They really fight. And apparently CM Punk got jumped. Like
He was probably talking shit.
He was talking shit.
He thinks he's better than everybody.
He was, and that's what he was saying at the press conference. He was literally going off script and like going in on these motherfuckers.
Like, we get
so
your-
they were like, and so like in this Kenny Omega and these two brothers are executive producers of this fucking
Yeah,
organization.
you can't do that.
So they beat his ass. I guess I don't know, dude. They're all suspended. The owner's pissed. Like
Tony Khan.
Yeah, Tony Khan's pissed. Like I'm not too in tune with the AEW news, but I do know that shit happened, and I wanted to bring it up because you don't really hear about it too much. You don't hear about it too much. One thing I did want to state again: we had John Daly throwing a pristine fastball at the ceremonial first pitch.
Nice.
We got the old man doing it himself. Did you guys watch this clip?
I did not.
No.
Was it
I'm
like
pulling
a
it up real
heater?
quick. Let's see. I haven't watched it. I'm keeping it new.
It probably wasn't a
Let's
heater.
see how it is. Let's see how it is. That shit was better than a lot that I've seen. Not that much of a heater, but that was pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Yo,
pulling it up.
press play on that, Mr. Dave. John Daly did the damn thing.
If I could like,
Pretty good. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not nothing to go right home about. I guess I don't know why I put it.
I mean,
up
he's
on
like
here.
60, right?
He's for a 6-year-old man. Pretty impressive. Conor McGregor threw it like shit. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, they don't grow up playing baseball though.
Yeah, you're
in
right.
like Ireland.
This guy golfs,
Dude.
drinks all day. That was impressive, right?
Dude, he fucking
He-
swung that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Dave wasn't impressed at all. Dave
You
didn't
weren't
even react.
impressed?
He
I
didn't
was just
react.
waiting. I was waiting for you guys to finish talking.
Oh, okay, sorry.
He hit that bitch right in the glove.
He did.
Dude.
That was good, dude.
That was. I'm
That's why
really
I put it.
impressed.
I'm jealous.
Right, that's why I put it up here, dude. So
Whoever-
sport champ.
Yeah.
John Daly.
Think of how lit like 4th of July is if he's your uncle.
Dude.
Bro, he's the guy handing you all the Roman candles. You're like 6 years old.
John
Like,
Daly is definitely a national treasure.
can we get this man his own Arnold Palmer equivalent beverage?
Coming
Oh,
from
dude.
a semi-pro golfer
The
over
fuck?
here.
Dude, that needs to be fucking.
I need a daily right now.
What do you always drink? What do you always drink?
Arnold Palmer.
The Buzz Tees.
Yeah, but the
well,
twisted teas. They
Twisted
need to
tea.
make a twisted tea John Daly, bro.
the John Daly tea.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
And it's twisted tea, but it's John Daly.
We just
John
got
Daly.
somebody paid. We just got somebody paid.
Hit
John
us up.
Daly.
Hit us up. For
Dude.
Christmas, you can be Santa. It'll be
I
lit.
guarantee we would
Dude.
just be another one of those kids to walk up to John Daly and be like, "Yo, we have a fire idea." And
Hold
he's
on.
like, get the fuck away.
Yeah.
We have a podcast and marketing degrees. We're not just somebody.
Well, the only one that could get to John Daly is this fool.
Maybe.
Winston.
I mean, dude, if there's two golfers I could chill with, it'd be Tiger Woods, John Daly. Dude, John Daly's lit.
I hear Tiger Woods is cool as fuck too, man.
Yeah.
I've
Just
heard-
'cause he's
I've
the-
heard golfing stories. Like he's down. He brings the bottle. Like
Oh,
he's
yeah.
down the fuck. Yeah, he's down.
Oh,
the
if there's white bitches there, oh, he's going in.
Say less.
Dude.
say less.
He's like never dated a not blonde white bitch.
I
All of his
understand
girlfriends
you,
have been.
Tiger.
All of his girlfriends have been like, yeah.
I get you, man.
Skinny white blonde bitches.
I feel you, Tiger.
It's crazy.
It's hilarious. All right, going on to fighting news. Should I hit the button?
Yes, sir.
Should I hit the button? I'm gonna hit the button. It's so low because I turned it down because of John Daly.
Run it back.
Now it's time to talk MMA.
Love it. That was beautiful. Not bad. So,
Should we do
epic
news?
fighting news. Thiago Santos signs with the PFL.
This is huge.
That is huge.
So this is like, Ricky and I have been having this off-cam like dialogue about like how like I've compared multiple MMA organizations thriving to like when the golden era of like professional wrestling, when you had Monday Night Nitro with WCW, you had Monday Night Raw, and it was like, which channel do I choose? I don't know. Whichever episode's more fun, that's the one I'm choosing. So like, no one is gonna rival the UFC. However, I was saying to Ricky that I think that the PFL, and this was originally an article posted by Forbes that says PFL has seemingly slated themselves as the number 2 MMA destination in North America. And with all these major signings that are getting paid out the ass, they're getting paid way more than they would get elsewhere just for their fight contracts alone, not even acknowledging the fact that they're getting like $1 million tournament fight winnings. No one's challenging the UFC for their product. But the PFL just attracted a dude who's been fighting UFC main events for like 2-3 years consecutive now. Some people thought he beat John Jones. Like I didn't, but point being, this dude is game. He's a title contender talent, and he just got swept by the PFL. So this is a power move. The PFL is on the rise. I'd still think that Bellator is the number 2 MMA organization personally, but if you're looking at it from the free agent fighters perspective, just like Shane Burgos, who we mentioned recently, like some of them who may not consider themselves champions, maybe they do. It depends. I don't know what their life goal is. If they want to be considered the best, they stay in the UFC. That's all there is to it. But if they want to go chase the bag, or they consider themselves like, look, I'll make more money earning a belt in this other organization, then they're going to give me $1 million. Why wouldn't you do that? So this is, in my opinion, this is, other than Shane Burgos, because Shane Burgos is young in the tooth, this is the biggest free agent signing that the UFC's lost in real time, to me. So this is significant, and I think this is great. I want all these other organizations to eat because I like watching MMA. I don't like just watching UFC.
I'd say it's big. I wouldn't say it's one of the biggest, though, only for the sole fact that he's coming off losses.
You're right, but...
So... I mean, was the UFC going to cut him anyways? Like, who knows?
Well, if he would have won...
Probably not, but...
At 205, though, with him, and like the 205 is a plagued weight division in the UFC, it's just not a lot of people like fighting at 205, I guess, because they would rather fight heavyweight, not cut weight, or they're 185ers because they're too small. So, we get a lot of regurgitation at the 205 level. So, the UFC totally would have loved him. If he would have stringed together 2 knockouts, and if they were, that would have been all the marketing they needed. And he would have been Yuri's next opponent. Yeah. So no discredit to the UFC. I don't know much of any of the PFL's 205ers because I don't know a lot of their fighters. Most of the fighters I'm aware of were carryovers from UFC and other organizations, but I tune in now. The product is pretty decent. The fights are getting better. You're getting talent. They are getting better. You're getting this talent. You're going to get a lot more finishes when you keep signing these fucking murderers. So
I'm just never going to be in love with their format, their season format.
I do disagree with it because you have dudes who lose fights and then still are not knocked out of the playoffs. Yeah, it's like, bro,
we're fighting. You don't need to have seasons with points. And you guys are trying to be too like football or something. Like that is just fight. Like,
well, to expound upon it, because I'm sure Winston's unfamiliar. They have a playoffs where it's like all these fighters that earn their playoff spot are ranked, and so it's like you have 1 through 8, let's say, and it's a tournament. But every time you fight, if you win your bout via first round stoppage, KO, TKO, it's worth like 6 points. First round submission, it's worth like 5 points. Second round TKO, 4. Second round, whatever, 3, etc. Don't quote me on those exact numbers, but 6 for the TKO first round for sure. You move on to the next round with those points, and then based on those points determines your next seeding for the next bout. So whoever has the most points progresses. So there's a way that you can enter to this tournament, not lose a single fight, but because the other fighters earned finishes and you didn't, you don't progress and they do.
And that doesn't make sense. I think that's
cool.
Smart from a marketing perspective. The product, because you're incentivizing finishes. Knockouts and which is first round knockouts. Exactly. That's what people want. So Dana does it a different way. He says, I'm going to give you good fights and I'm going to pay you. But this PFL is doing it by point system. And I think as a smaller company, I think that's a good idea. It is weird because it's different, but I think that is the future of MMA.
I just don't like it. I pray that it's not the future of MMA because literally we go in these fights and I say like I'm a fighter, I'm not a fighter, but like when you go in this fight and you do all of this and you're doing it for the playoffs and you're trying to get these points, you're trying to be the best, top of the top, you can go into a fight, kick a dude's elbow, and you're fucking limping the rest of the fight. You still win the fight, but all of these playoff points are gone because you kicked a dude's elbow and you injured yourself and you're barely limping now.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
And then
that's bullshit. That's not like you accidentally kicked a dude's elbow. Or say you fucking tore your ACL in the fucking fight and you fought through that shit and you won with a torn ACL. Well,
your progress is gone.
Suck. Your fucking playoffs are gone because you tore your ACL. Yeah. That's bullshit, dude. So I don't like that.
A way that I don't like this point system, and it's something that like both Ricky and I don't quite understand. So like PFL signed Anthony Pettis, a former UFC champion, huge fighter, pays him a lot of money. He has won, I think, 1 bout since he's been in the PFL. He's lost like 3. 2 of those like 4 bouts that he was a part of was in the playoffs. So his first playoff bout, he loses against
getting finished too.
Yeah, he loses, and then I don't know if it was a step down or what.
Stevie Ray.
Yeah, like I don't know what the exact like circumstance was, but he was allowed to continue in the playoffs again. And so if he would have so he loses his first bout, first round stoppage, goes or whatever round stoppage, goes into the second bout. Let's say he wins by stoppage. Now he's working with points. Now he's back in the mix. It's like you just lost, and the only reason that you're getting this privilege of being able to fight again is because one, you were in a type of shape to where your body allowed it. Like he was saying, if you didn't get that bad of an injury, and secondly, the PFL wanted him to win it. Like, it's not rocket science that you want a promotable champion.
Yeah.
And when you have a former champion, it's really easy to coattail their former following. So that being said, they don't have the ultimate deciding factor, but they are the ones who decide step-ins. And if you're just going to refeed fighters who are already losing, like, that would be like if every time, like, imagine if Usman is getting a rematch with fucking Leon Edwards right away because they're just like, no, points, fuck it. Like, we're doing it again.
Which he's getting anyway.
Well, he's going to get eventually on a much more absolute circumstance.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like, oh, like, no one will question the outcome of that bout. And they won't fathom, like, who do the UFC want to win that?
Yeah.
But with this scenario, you're like, oh, he already lost, and you brought him back in the tournament. Unless it, like, why didn't someone else who was, like the 11th ranked person who missed the tournament by 1 rank, why didn't they get the step in versus the guy who already lost?
Yeah, I'm sure it's not perfect. I just think it's interesting. I didn't expect it from MMA. Like, I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
So to me, it's cool that they're...
It's like a switch up.
Yeah, like, and it's not going to be perfect the first time they try it. They've never done this before. It's going to be bad.
And, I mean, MMA is still such a new sport.
Yeah.
It's so new.
Because they did something with golf similar to what you're talking about, Dave, and they changed it recently. It's not a point-based system anymore. But, like, they have the FedEx Cup and stuff. So they've learned from it and they've improved it, is what I'm saying. So over the years, other companies. But something I did want to talk about, Thiago Santos going into PFL, we've been talking about Dana White not paying his people, they're going to leave. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so if this is the best person that has left the UFC, if this
I don't know.
you don't think this is the best person that's
He has
left
the best
UFC?
resume, I would say.
Okay.
I don't think
Who's
he's
the
the
best person that left UFC?
Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson.
Okay,
Well,
so
that
for
was
PFL. For PFL.
yeah.
Oh, for PFL?
Specifically. I would honestly say...
I admit, if this was 5 years ago, I'd say yeah, but Thiago Santos is on his way out, man. He's losing fights.
yeah.
He has toward both of his ACLs and his MCL. Like, this isn't a fucking, you know what I mean? Shane Burgos is bigger than him, I think.
Well, yeah, I said he's longer or shorter in the tooth. Like, Pettis had a better... Like, Pettis was a champ, but Pettis was not...
I was agreeing with what you said. But
Pettis would never earn a championship out in
all
UFC,
subjective.
UFC again. And the blueprint we're seeing, for the most part, is we're seeing these people go test the waters in UFC, realizing or being exposed to some talent that they weren't ready for maybe, and they're not getting to the championship level that they aspired to be. And then it comes time for contract renegotiation, and then they're playing the free agency market. Because it's like, if you feel like you're a journeyman, which no fighter will ever look at you in the face and say, I'm a journeyman, because that just implies you're never going to be champ. But you're going to do what's best for you and what pays you the most. Because if you look at it like my cash cow is fighting, and my cash cow is probably doesn't have a belt in its future, what can I do to capitalize on my time? And that's what's going on.
So I have a question for you guys. If you guys were these organizations, would you guys go for, it sounds like you think he's washed, would you guys go for somewhat washed veteran fighters, or would you guys go for young, new talent that could be new stars? Which you got? Because
if I'm going against the UFC...
I want old stars because
yep.
the marketing giant that is the UFC, it's so much easier to take a already marketed fighter with a following than it is to bring up new ones.
Exactly.
If you watch other organizations like Bellator, they have some fighters that I think could walk into the UFC and give champions runs for their money. I will word it that way, but we don't know who they are. You don't know who they are because their marketing scheme is just like UFC's marketing is unparalleled.
Yeah,
they got Disney, they got ESPN money. Like there's no fighter like. I've asked Ricky this question. If you're a new fighter or a free agent fighter, like the ones we've been referencing, do I sign with the UFC because I know who they are and I know what they're like, what they create, or do I sign with the PFL because I know how much money I'm going to make? And it depends on what your goals are. If you're a new fighter and your goal is I'm the baddest man on the planet, you can't touch me. You go to the UFC, no questions asked. If you just want to secure the bag, you go to PFL. But you might look at the doors that UFC opens outside of fighting.
If you can go to PFL.
Yeah, of course. But like again, this is all a privileged opinion that you're going to go and have success.
Yeah.
So let's say you might look at it like, okay, I'm going to make $200,000 a fight in the PFL and no one's going to fucking tune in or know who I am. Or I could go make $30,000 a fight in the UFC, but when it's all said and done, I'm going to have like movie deals, ESPN
Yeah.
anchor deals. You know what I'm saying? Like these PFL fighters aren't getting the outside of cage opportunities that the UFC fighters are.
Yep.
And that's all boils down to the marketing giant the UFC has established. They have a monopoly on that shit, basically.
Almost.
No one will
Getting
ever.
there.
They have more money to work with, and they have their product is just kind of like the production from beginning to end of a UFC event. I argue some can compete with it, but no one can outplace them.
UFC's kind of like Kleenex, man. Like people call it Kleenex, not tissue paper.
Yeah, they say
Like,
Q-tips, not
People are
cotton
like,
swabs.
"Are you watching UFC? Oh, you fight UFC?" Like,
They're like,
Instead
no.
of
it's
MMA.
exactly, bro. Like they are instilled. Like
Yeah.
it is. They're deep. They're deep, deep, deep. Like they can't. No one's gonna uproot them from
In America, but what about in the rest of the world?
the rest
That's
of the
different.
world. One championship is
the biggest.
Okay.
Especially
because of
Asia.
Asia. Because of Asia, you know, and the rest of the world.
As an
obviously.
MMA, like I don't want to say purist, but if one had better skilled fights and like more entertaining fights, would you guys watch them instead of it?
It's the time
Instead of
difference.
UFC.
I think
Yeah, we gotta watch them at fucking 8
5
in the morning. 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
They're in Singapore. If they're like the American card, we watched that similar to a UFC card, and watching Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson, a UFC legend, win on a one fight, boiling back to we tuned in because we know this UFC marketed fighter.
Exactly.
We didn't want to miss that. Granted, he's pound for pound like
The
top
best fighter
3 ever. So
Ever.
So that being said, like. If you can give me the same product in the same timely manner, and my barriers to entry aren't like a bunch of fucking like apps or
Some
subscriptions,
bullshit that I have
Like-
to go through to watch it.
exactly like an ESPN Plus to something else like DAZN. I'm not going to pay for DAZN. I don't watch boxing that much. So like all that being considered, I loved when they did that. If they keep doing these fights in like a time appropriate manner on Saturdays in North American times, I'm going to watch them.
If they had a one championship, because they plan on coming to America and doing events.
They
Oh,
will.
dude, breaking news.
Hold on.
No,
We know.
We know.
What the fuck?
Don't,
I thought
dude.
Thiago Santos
Why are
was
you
the breaking
reading
news.
this shit? We were supposed to tell you this, you
Okay.
asshole. Put your phone away.
Bruh.
Winston.
That's-
All right. So
We know.
get
We
off.
know.
Okay.
Okay.
Fuck one championship. All right. So let's go over.
that
last card.
God, I hate this guy sometimes.
We got to go over UFC
Well,
Paris.
since he's already, let's go over UFC Paris first.
Just-
Or should we wait? Should we just go over the news first? I mean, he already made a big deal out of it.
well, not I.
Look at him. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I
So-
know. Yeah.
okay, so-
it's okay, bro. It's crazy.
I was hyped.
I know it's crazy, right? It's crazy, right?
Okay, so I'm assuming you're talking about the shakeup for tomorrow.
Okay. Let's go over it though. So yesterday we were supposed to be a pre-fight press conference, right?
UFC 279 press conference.
Because there's fights this weekend. It's supposed to be Hamzat Chimaev taking on Nate Diaz, Kevin Holland fighting Daniel Rodriguez, Li Jingliang taking on
Tony Ferg.
Ferguson, everybody else. Cool. They got in a freaking fight, a brawl, 4 of them.
They didn't name who.
Didn't name who. We kind of know who.
Well, they said Hamzat, Nate. They said Hamzat,
Nate,
Kevin Holland instigated it, but wasn't heavily involved in the altercation. They said he helped because originally Hamzat and like Kevin Holland's a shit talker.
He's a
and
big
Hamzat
mouth.
is
He's
like
a big mouth.
Hamzat comes from like he doesn't understand the satire of North American like humor. He
doesn't.
And so everything Kevin Holland said just made his blood boil. And this dude is not one to be played with. And apparently he had a skeleton in his closet that we were going to learn about today, which probably made him extra heated to be. So that being said, this shit turned into a big fight. They canceled the press conference. Dana said this never happened before.
Ever.
It's a mess. Like the UFC, the amount,
Canceled the press conference.
that press conference just to turn the lights on and get everyone seated and all the fucking
They lost
production.
money.
That was probably a couple $100,000.
They lost
that's
money.
gone. And this does not like
Dana's
this.
pissed.
This will incidentally sell the fight, but this is not how they like selling fights. They don't like selling fights by looking unprofessional.
losing money.
By losing money
So
and
he
looking unprofessional.
Essentially canceled the press conference for safety reasons, is what he said.
He walked out on stage and said, "For safety reasons, it's the best interest of everybody here. We can't have this."
Yeah,
That's basically all he
Multiple
said.
altercations leading to it. Then
No
this
footage.
brings us to our big breaking news now.
So let's start at the top.
Let's start from the top.
The top news to start this is today at the weigh-ins, everybody made weight except the last fighter. And the last fighter to make weight was Hamzat Chimaev, the main event against Nate. And he weighed in at 7.5 pounds over fight weight, which is
a different
you
weight
can't
class.
you can't fight under those terms. Like he would have to pay Nate because if you miss weight by 1 pound of
Yikes.
agreed fight limit, that's 25% of your purse. 2 pounds, 50, and that's if Nate, the opponent, agrees to the bout afterwards. They have to re-sign a new bout contract because they voided it. He didn't make weight. So we have the main event fighter not making weight, and the next thing you see, I see a tweet from Tony Ferguson, and it's Deadpool just throwing fucking popcorn in his mouth, saying, like, looking at the mess that's taking place for UFC 279, which brings us to the breaking news that broke, like, I was going to send it to you, like, on pod, and I threw in my phone because of this news. So Dana White has announced that the new main event for tomorrow's fight, which is, I think, a bonkers fight still, is Nate Diaz versus Tony Ferguson. Which this is fucking. There's a reason that they put lightweight fighters on the same cards for this reason. That's why, like, they've paid.
They knew this was gonna happen.
It's with all this shit. So, like, no one assumes that Hamzat's gonna miss weight by fucking almost 10 pounds.
What the fuck?
7.5 pounds.
Unprofessional.
That is not only unprofessional. Dana is not gonna throw you like. Dana's gonna throw you a shit fight for this, assuming you even win. So, like, that's getting to that. Getting that.
You
so, like,
didn't even try.
So Nate Diaz, Tony Ferguson, new main event, and now at the top card, Hamzat's replacement is Hamzat versus Kevin Holland, the guy who's gonna fight Rodriguez.
They're just mixing the fights. They're just blending them. And
but the thing is,
all right, you're fighting him, and him's fighting him now.
But the thing is Nate versus Tony is fucking huge. This is a fight everyone wants to see. You can't tell me otherwise. And it's at 170.
Nate just secured the back. This is the best thing.
Nate just got
the best thing that could have ever happened to Nate Diaz.
Dude, we're done, right? he's hype.
So doesn't have to fight Hamzat. Last fight on his contract. Fighting Tony Ferguson. This is great for Nate.
Yeah, Nate can win this, and I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. Hold on, I wouldn't be shocked though if there's some other unwritten details that Nate has to procure that we're unaware of because of the whereabouts of this shit.
God.
But all I'm gonna say is that I feel bad for Rodriguez
and Li Jingliang. I wish they would have fight.
Maybe
they're probably like, fuck this.
Maybe they both were like, I don't agree. They both made weight. They both get their pay. They just don't get. They're not eligible for win bonuses. So they all get paid. There's no way they don't get paid. You make weight, you get paid. Like, so this has never happened. We've never had 2 fights changed in one card. We've had
We've never had a fight change to different fighters in the same card.
Like, ever. Yeah, like in the past we had like Al.
Never happened.
We've had Al Ayakin to fight Khabib on a card Al was already fighting on, but then Khabib's opponent didn't get a new opponent.
We never took a fighter in this main event fight and took a fighter in this co-main event fight and switched.
So and get this, so
pretty fire.
So
honestly,
hold on.
It is kind of.
Hamzat weighs 178, and I think Kevin Holland. I don't know if Kevin Holland's fighting at Rodriguez. I don't think they were fighting at 170. I think that was 185. So this might be a weird catchweight bout too.
I don't know.
How pissed would you be? You've been training 6 months for the same person, and then at the last minute they're like, "Actually, you're gonna fight this guy."
It's terrible,
like, dude.
That's the worst.
Think about all the money on every.
Think about Kevin Holland. Hold on. He's like, "Oh great, I got my Hamzat."
Hold on. Think about this. Every fight poster that's been printed, every T-shirt that's been worn, every video that's been released, all production that's gone into this has been ultimately a waste. Because when you're gonna get there, you're gonna see fucking Nate versus Chimaev T-shirts everywhere. They're not gonna print off a new banner in fucking less than 24 hours notice.
They should.
They might.
They probably.
They're just gonna put a TV up and have that shit with the new whatever. Like this is.
Yeah.
I mean, the totality of everything that's occurred for this card. I'm at a loss for words, and the fight hasn't even happened. We haven't even seen one punch thrown, and I'm wow.
I want to pull up more MMA news to just keep making sure what is happening is happening. Like I don't.
This morning,
is mind blowing.
This morning, when Hamzat missed weight, I was seeing all kinds of fighters tweeting saying that they were down. Like Dustin Poirier sent in a picture of him standing on a scale weighing 175 or some shit. So he said he was down to come in and fight Nate. That's a fight that we all wanted, but. Tony versus Nate.
Is Tony going to kick his ass? Is Tony going to kick his ass?
I don't know.
I think Nate might win that fight.
Tony's coming off of a bunch of losses.
He's coming off a bunch of
losses. His last loss
Really?
was during his concert from the upkick from Michael Chandler.
Oh, I remember that. Okay.
Tony's the better on the ground fighter, I think, easily. But Nate is because Tony's good everywhere. Tony's good everywhere. He's
is he better on the ground? Nate and them have Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. This is Gracie Jiu-Jitsu versus Eddie Bravo 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu.
Take Tony Ferguson's finishes and take Nate Diaz's finishes and see which has more submissions. Tony all day. He has a lot of wins on the ground too. Ground and pound.
I think
TKOs.
they're very comparable.
But honestly, anybody can win this fight. Anybody can win this fight.
First of all, I don't even know
it's
who to bet on. It's
official too. They officialized Li Jingliang and Daniel Rodriguez. They are fighting too.
Let's go.
Let's go. I had to. That's why I had to check. They made it official.
They just made the.
They just went triple. They just played musical chairs at the weigh-ins.
Yeah, dude.
Oh
that's
my
fire.
God. Li Jingliang taking on Daniel Rodriguez. That's a firefight too.
That's pretty
All
good.
I know though, if I'm Dana White, has got to be fucking livid. with Chimaev.
Yeah.
And everyone
Oh my
involved in that
God,
scuffle.
He's pissed.
Everyone involved in the scuffle. And then here's what I had a hypothesis of what was going down, because the day before the scuffle took place, they showed Hamzat ran into Paulo Costa at the UFC PI. And
I seen that
Hamzat
too.
started mouthing off to fucking Paulo Costa, who we just saw. He just beat Luke Rockhold. Paulo Costa fights at 185, and Chimaev can make 185 because he's such a big dude. So he's talking shit to him. And they were instigating it. Like, Chimaev had to be pulled back. Costa was professional, but was still talking shit. Chimaev was being restrained. And one of the dudes who was standing next to Paulo Costa the whole time, who may or may not have been instigating it, was Jake Shields. And Jake Shields is part of the Diaz fight team. So they said that Kevin Holland and Chimaev were getting into it, and then Nate's fight team got involved, and that's when the scuffle before the press conference took place. That's the alleged story I was given.
Yikes. It got physical.
But if you think about it, if you're Jake Shields and say he's friends with Paulo Costa, has anything to do with Paulo Costa, you're gonna be like, you're gonna represent your boy. So now it's fuck him because I'm Team Nate, and fuck him because I'm Team Paulo. So he could have had some involvement.
So let's go over this one more time. UFC 279 fight shuffle.
Press conference failure.
Press conference failure. We have Tony Ferguson, Nate Diaz, 5-round fight, main event. You have Hamzat Chimaev versus Kevin Holland, 5-round fight, co-main event.
That's what Kevin Holland demanded. He said he wouldn't do it without 5 rounds.
That's dope.
Li Jingliang versus Daniel Rodriguez, 3-round fight. Didn't expect to fight each other tonight. Or not tonight, tomorrow night. What you guys are watching this tonight.
Do you guys think they're going to be quality fights? Like, because there's
Yes.
not that
Yes.
much prep. There's not that much
only-
prep.
That means it's going to be slugging.
Yeah.
The
That
only-
means it's street fights in a cage.
Chimaev might be the fact that he didn't make weight, which probably implies he had a shit weight cut, but I don't know what he's thinking. Like, the UFC it's because it's a pay-per-view without a belt. They're like, we cannot lose a fight. We can't. That has to be what it is, because it's hard to sell fights without a belt, and the UFC likes to sell pay-per-views with 2 belts now. For the most part, they'll throw a low weight or a female belt with a heavier weight. So, like, Nate being on the card is the cash grab, and Tony's a pretty good seller
My
too.
thing, bro, Hamzat and Kevin Holland were barking in the back, ruining the press conference.
And also,
Now they're fighting.
and we got hold
like,
on though.
that's pretty crazy.
A Nate
Like,
El Kakui press conference would have been so fire.
oh, it would have been
We
so
got
fire.
robbed of some
We got
fire
robbed of
press. The post press conference
Wow.
at this is going to be like 3 hours long. They're going to have to ask Dana every question they had about all of this shit happening. They're going to then react to all the fights that happen. What happened? Like, where do a lot of these fights go from here? Chimaev is like, whether Chimaev wins or loses, Dana, out of being pissed off that he disrespected his promotion by not making weight, Dana is going to give him whatever fight he thinks he's not going to win. Like, Dana wants to promote his fighters, but when you slap him in the face, he's going to slap
my
you right
God.
back and try to, like, fuck up your title run.
You guys, I'm fucking.
This has never
I'm like
happened.
high off this shit, dude.
Shit's dope.
This
What
is-
the fuck?
Kudos-
Just seeing
hold on.
the news on Twitter right here, just blowing
nuts.
my mind.
Kudos to every one of those fighters, though, that was willing to renegotiate their contract, because they didn't have to do that.
They didn't have to do that at all.
They all had the same plan. Like, I'm trying to get this knockout of the night. Fuck you mean?
Yeah.
Just seeing this tweet right here with all 3 of them, like this right here, Hamzat Kevin Holland. What the fuck?
So now
they
bet-
were in the back talking shit.
All
and
the
now
bets are
they're
different
fighting.
now. All the bets.
Oh, yeah.
I
So,
don't
like-
know what happened to my bets.
So I don't even think they're gonna be up
They're
yet.
big.
You know how hard
Voted.
it's gonna be to parlay shit now.
Like-
Dude, I bet the odds are going to be fluctuating like
Bro,
crazy,
bro.
bro. If
I
you-
had Nate at plus 800 too.
I would say the main event. I mean, you could probably bet now that the main event or the main and the co-main. Maybe not
Okay,
co-main.
let's look at these. Let's see if the odds are up.
They're probably not.
I don't think they are.
I'm calling.
It's too new.
The main's going over 3 rounds. That's a
Yeah.
bet.
Bet.
That's a bet. Those
That's a
two.
bet. Over 2.5.
Those
That's a
two
bet
just
to make
they
right
get
there.
they get better in the late. That's happening. Tony,
They have it. They have it already.
what the
That's
fuck?
fire. You
All
get-
right.
If you
Li
watch it, you
Jingliang,
can get good odds.
Li Jingliang, Daniel Rodriguez. Li Jingliang plus 130. Daniel Rodriguez minus 150. Hamzat Chimaev, Kevin Holland. Hamzat Chimaev minus 520.
Yeah.
Kevin Holland plus 410. Tony Ferguson versus Nate Diaz. Tony Ferguson minus 145.
What?
Plus 125 Nate Diaz.
That's kind of a wash almost, but a random comment.
What?
Can we acknowledge that Kevin Holland and Hamzat basically had the exact same quarantine year? They fought like 5 times and won every time pretty much. Like Kevin Holland eventually lost. Like he lost to like Robbie Lawler and shit. But like,
wow.
All right,
I don't know what to think.
I'm putting money on Tony Ferguson and Kevin Holland.
Really? Whoa, what's the parlay price?
Plus 640.
Not bad. That's
putting
not.
$2
I mean,
on it.
I can't believe you're going against Chimaev. You're stupid for that.
I just think the odds are going to fluctuate a lot.
I see you.
And so I think that these are the best odds I'm probably going to get.
I see you. I can't believe you took Kevin Holland in that fight, though. That's what I'm surprised about.
Yeah, I
How
don't
do you
think
feel
he'll
about
win,
that?
but it's a parlay.
Just a parlay.
Bro,
I see you.
the
Flip
title
around.
of the video is going to be like Nate versus Chimaev. ... Nate versus Tony.
I don't even know what I'm going to title this. This is in. Oh wow!
UFC
what a week!
270 wine.
Oh my
9.
god! Like I'm blown away. Like that shit. Just to see the odds like right here in front of me is intense.
Dare I say?
I kind of want to pick up Nate plus 125. Nate.
Dare I say these
It's a
are
good pickup.
better?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Good pickup. What?
Dare I? I mean, Nate. I mean, so
Wow,
here's what I thought was gonna happen. I thought Li Jinglei or whatever his name was. I thought he was gonna win his original bout against Kevin Holland. I thought Tony Ferguson. He was Ling Jinglei. I thought he was gonna lose, and then I thought Kevin Holland was gonna lose to Rodriguez, and then I thought Chimaev was gonna beat Diaz. But now, I think like I have more favorable outcomes. I think Nate's gonna win. I think Chimaev's still gonna win.
They only have the money lines open. I'm pissed. I can't do props. I can't do.
And
Yeah,
Li
it's gonna take a while for that.
versus Rodriguez is a fucking pick'em fight for me. I'm excited.
That's a
for that.
pick'em fight.
I think
don't
we
know.
just got 3 better bouts. I think we had
Yeah.
3
I
bouts.
kind of want to see. Oh, go ahead.
I think our last 3 bouts had more predetermined outcomes than these 3, and that's why I'm excited. Maybe not Chimaev. I think
is just as a
Chimaev's the only question mark. But I want Holland to beat his ass.
If
now.
Holland wins against Chimaev,
He's going Sizzler.
he's going to.
I mean,
but
dude,
I don't think it's happening.
You come that overweight, like, what's he doing? Like,
He's just.
doesn't care. There's
doesn't
something
ca-
going
I don't know.
on.
There's something going on.
And this isn't like a stick it to Dana move. You don't do
Yeah.
this on
No,
purpose.
he could not make weight for some reason. I don't know what it was. I don't know why. That's bad.
It's
that's
not-
That's one of the worst
bad
weight
sign.
misses in UFC. Like, it's bad.
That's
bad.
like I gave up weight cutting.
Yeah.
Bad. Not like you
Bad.
came with it. If it was like 4 pounds, I'd be like, all right, you got 2 hours to try, and then he would have came back probably. With
They didn't
3
even give him the
pounds.
extra hour. He can't lose 8 pounds in an hour.
No.
They're not going to give him the extra hour to even try. Like,
That's an insurmountable amount of weight in that amount of time,
yeah, that's crazy.
which is stupid unprofessional. If I had to bet,
What do you think, Zizi?
I bet you Chimaev got a pay cut to stay on the card, or just a pay like his pay was horizontal, and I bet you every single other renegotiated fighter just hit the bag because
Yeah.
they have to. The UFC, and especially Nate.
Yeah. He,
wow.
This is fucking huge.
This
yeah.
is crazy.
This is probably why Dana White doesn't pay his fighters. He's like, bro, I got to deal with this bullshit.
Winston's got a point, man. Where do we go from this? Okay, so we got through that. Let's go over these last fights, huh?
One thing I want to
go
talk
ahead.
about, we
Go ahead.
don't have to get into it, but I think this has an ultimate chain reaction for Nate Diaz's next fight, Jake Paul. I think this is the best hype Nate Diaz could have asked for, and I think they're going to fight after Anderson Silva, unless he resigns with the UFC.
I can't stress enough how good of a situation this is for Nate Diaz.
Dude,
I can't stress enough how
I am
good of a situation this
If
is.
you go out on
really
a win,
happy.
if you a more realistic win, you're going out on either an upset win originally. That
You're
was
not getting murdered by Khamzat Chimaev that we all knew was gonna do what he was gonna do to Nate. We all knew. We all knew.
thought that.
Now it's a big question mark. It's like, whoa, he's fighting Tony. He can. He can
this is-
shut Tony's lights off, but Tony can shut his lights off.
But the thing,
Like,
is, if this would have been the card to begin with, like if the Chimaev thing never happened, and then they announced from the jump it was Tony versus Nate, I'm fucking lit still.
I am still, yeah. All right, let's move on to this last card though from last weekend.
UFC Paris.
UFC Paris was a good card.
If y'all have not watched the main event to UFC Paris, go watch it. It's two giants just getting creative in the ring, and it was insane. Like, not the best heavyweight fight, but it's
My thing is
one of the best this year.
we got to talk about the crowd first and foremost.
Paris, bro.
Paris showed up for the UFC.
Paris, France.
At one point, it hurt. The crowd hurt my ears, bro. I was watching it. Like my speakers were a little too loud. I listened to this volume all the fucking time, but they were cheering so loud that it like fucking almost rung my fucking eardrum.
And
Like it blew me away. I was like, oh my god, like this crowd is going crazy. Like, and that's how you know a crowd is going crazy, when you notice it. Like, notice it.
So
You know,
this was the first UFC
intense.
event in Paris. So
First one.
And like Paris has had a couple. Like they had an event with Bellator where they let Czech Congo fight. That was huge. But like, if there's anything like we can dissect from this, is that the French people have been starved of good quality fighting entertainment that they deserve, because look at how game they were. Like, dare I say that night might have been louder than like the most recent like American UFC fight card. Granted, there was a bonker main event with the hometown hero. Everyone's going nuts, but like you said, there was moments where the announcers were struggling, like DC and John Anik were struggling to hear each other with headphones on because it was so loud in there.
It was intense.
I love that. I mean, I'm kind of a hypocrite because I would say I liked the bubble fighting when you could hear every punch. That's like a purist. But like as an entertained person, you have to have a crowd.
You're like, whoa. Did you hear the crowd at all, Winston?
I did not.
Did you
Fucking
watch?
hater, bro.
No, I didn't.
It
was
hater.
early, bruh.
It was like 2 PM.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm used to them being on at night.
What were you doing?
Are you a
I don't
nocturnal like combat sports enthusiast?
I don't remember what I was doing. I didn't know they were on so early, bro. I forget, dude. Fucking, if y'all let me know in the sports champs, I'll start watching, bro.
It's like
We said it last
I sent
pod.
a tweet out,
I know,
and one of my
but-
friends on Twitter was like, "Yo, thank you for sending that tweet out. I
Dude.
didn't know they were this early."
Yeah.
So I understand you. I'll give you a pass this time, but next bit of fucking,
Dude, remind me.
you should come over.
Yeah?
Or something. Should we try?
I'm down, but
I don't want to invite a lot of people though. Like, I don't want to talk. I want to just sit there and watch the fights.
Yeah.
well, my
I don't
bitch
care.
ass needs to be driven.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's fucking bum.
Some bullshit.
I mean, if you all remind me, I will watch them.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
I'm down to go to any of the fights and pitch for gas or whatever.
We'll see what's up. We'll talk about it off cam. But let's get into these cards right here. So we had Fares Ziem taking on Mikhail Figlak. Figlak losing that dude. He actually, the undefeated fighter, lost a decision. Then going on after that, we had John McDessie taking on Nasrat Hakpasrast.
Hakpras. I fucked that one up on the parlay.
I fucking told you. I told you. I said, are you sure you want to go against Nasrat Hakpras? And you said, yeah, it's John McDessie. John McDessie had nothing for Nasrat. Moving on after that, we had Abus Magomedov taking on Dustin Stolfoots. And I stopped you from picking Stolfoots. I was like, probably don't want to do that. So you went ahead and picked up Magomedov.
And he
on
won,
that.
right?
And he won
my
in
God.
19 seconds.
Yeah, I think Dave told me about
I think
that.
it was they said it was the third fastest finish in middleweight history.
And I know how to pick him.
Uppercuts.
Well, you know what started the flurry is he hit him with a fucking up kick, bro.
Up kick,
wobbled him, and then just bop, bop, bop. Like,
Out.
not quite Jeff Neal uppercuts, but 19 seconds, get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah.
wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Killed
Pay
him.
me.
After the kick, it was done.
And then I don't know why the fuck Josh was like, yeah, walking Buckley by finish.
Hold on. They
Plus
moved
600, parlay it up.
they moved that bout
Decision.
originally.
It was a decision by
Yeah.
Imavov. Imavov won.
I mean,
And
we-
called that. I knew that was going to happen.
I mean, we lost 2 legs of the parlay, so even
I know,
if we
it's not
would
like it would have mattered.
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered.
It was trash.
And Josh put like $50 on that shit, so he's the real, like.
Yo,
he
Josh,
real
I'm
lost the money.
sorry, bro.
Yeah, you're close.
But yeah, we had Nazardine Imavov winning by decision. Moving on after that, we had Robert Whitaker dominating, putting on a clinic. Putting on a clinic on Marvin Vittori here. And, I mean, it just wasn't even close.
It was a cool little post-fight press, or post-fight speech. He didn't say much. He basically said, he's like, champion included, I'm the most dangerous man in this division. And with his Australian accent, which I'm not going to butcher, but he's like, I make people hate fighting. And Marvin Vittori did not look like he was having a good time.
Facts. He did not. He looked pissed. He looked frustrated. He looked tired. And it was right. He makes motherfuckers hate fighting.
And
That's what they were
Bobby
doing.
Nux just looked sharp, like
He
coming
did.
off of
Looked good.
like a great title fight with Izzy. That, I mean, again, a lot of people UFC doesn't like when Alex Pereira or Bichette, is it Alex Pereira?
Alex Fajeda.
Fajeda, when he fights Izzy and assumingly loses, because that's I'm not gonna bet against Izzy, but when he does, Bobby Nux is, if he doesn't go 205, is gonna be right back there for another fight because he's not losing very soon.
gonna lose.
And I think we deserve it. Like, who are we to say?
I thought he won the last fight.
So did I. And like, I mean, it wasn't clear. It wasn't like, oh my god, it wasn't even
razor close.
like they could have made it a draw and then ran it back. But like, they know that people aren't that interested in that bout. But like, when like we had those repeating heavyweight boxers back in like the big days, like you know what I'm saying, like the Ollie's versus like Frazier, and like you saw repeat opponents.
You don't even have to go that far. You could just say Davison for Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno.
That's the fourth fight that's about to happen. Like
Yeah,
like I get it. It's hard to market the same fight over and over and over again and expect the fans to be enthusiastic. But who are you to deny the achievement of someone like Bobby Nux, who's just number one contender, taking on challengers and just kind of there. Like Ciryl Gane, same thing. Ciryl Gane put his number one contender like spot on the line against Tai Tuivasa, and he won. How long can you expect number one contenders to not fight the champ? You know what I'm saying? It sucks that we have to see this over and over again, and they haven't marketed that next cash cow. But until then, like whoever's eating has to eat.
Has to eat.
That is what it is. Like I want to see Bobby Nux go get that belt back. I honestly think he got it back the first or the second bout, but that is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is. But we have him winning the decision over Marvin Vettori going on to this main event. We had Ciryl Gane taking on Tai Tuivasa.
Oh man.
And boy, did Ciryl Gane show out.
And he earned some respect because he got knocked out. He self-admitted he got knocked out. He said he woke up in real time and fucking came back and then won and then stopped the fight.
Stopped him. TKO'd him in the third round. 4 minutes and 23 seconds.
There were so many
third round. So like, it was a good moment, man. Ty fought his heart out. These guys actually after the fight drank for 4 hours with each other after the fight.
That's all love.
Like it's all love. Like it was. I mean, France they showed out. Ciryl Gane is a star. I will say that he is a star. It's crazy. I didn't like Ciryl Gane at first. Like
he seemed like he was a point
boring.
fighter.
You know what I mean? I just wasn't into it. But man, did this fight make me fall in love with Ciryl Gane?
Ciryl Gane has only been fighting or practicing MMA for 4 years.
Crazy.
4 years, and he's the number one contender at heavyweight. Now, I've always pointed at the fact that the heavyweights, like athleticism, carries a lot of value because it's a big puncher's chance division. So that
shout out Bruce Buff.
That does play a part towards like his success because he's able to go up against dudes who aren't that athletic because they're so damn big. But he's doing the damn thing. He's earning his stripes. Like no one can take that shit away from him. The only thing that concerns me, and not about Gane, is about that division. Ngannou's recovering from ACL, MCL surgery. He's not fighting till at earliest, I think they said February of next year.
March.
So if he's not fighting till next year, the UFC's not going to keep the contender status the same, especially at the top. You have John Jones, who's itching to fight at heavyweight, and everyone and their mom thinks it's going to be against Stipe. And then you have Ciryl Gane, who's just the clear number one contender. Like, do I want to see Ciryl versus Jones? Abso-fucking-lutely. Do I want to see Ciryl versus Stipe? Abso-fucking-lutely. Do I want to see all of these bouts? I sure do. But I have to imagine the UFC, even though Ciryl Gane's already done it once, is going to put an interim belt in the line. And maybe it's going to be Stipe versus Jones. But if Stipe versus Jones has a narrative bigger than any belt could ever amount to, you have the greatest heavyweight fighter ever in UFC history. He's the only dude to retain the belt 3 times ever. No one's ever done that. So that's huge. And then you have Jones, the greatest, the Mount Rushmore athlete for fighting representative.
Best fighter ever.
So that fight is... That fight will really determine baddest man on the planet. And if anyone says, like, well, Ngannou's the champ, well, let's not forget Stipe outclassed Ngannou for 25 minutes, made him his bitch and made him tired, ate a bunch of punches. Then he tried it again, and Stipe realized, oh, shit, my jaw went through DC twice. Fuck. Like, so yeah. he can't sit and take punches like he once could, but that doesn't, like, Stipe's the baddest big man ever. John Jones is the baddest man ever. That fight is going to happen, I think. And then I think Ciryl Gane fights Ngannou first fight out. Like, as soon as Ngannou comes back, that's what's happening. Because I don't even know if Stipe or Jones even care to fight for a belt if that fight takes place.
We forgot to go over a few of these other main card fights. So Charles Jourdain taking on Nathaniel Wood winning the decision. William Gomez winning a decision against Jarno Aarons. And then we actually had Roman Kopylov knocking out Alicio Di Chirico. Those were the main event fights. I forgot to hit more fights on the thing. I thought that was kind of weird. Also, we had Benoit Saint Denis knocking out Gabriel Miranda. Benoit, sorry. I know. How did I fuck that up, huh?
He's French.
And then Christian Quinones knocking out Khalid Taha. And then we had Stephanie Egger submitting Alan Perez with that last fight. Sorry.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Triple G fights Canelo soon. I'm looking it up.
Pull that up.
That might even be this weekend.
What?
I'm not
already.
I know, right?
Wow. Let me. Oops.
So Canelo.
Pull up these 279 cards.
September 17th. It's a week.
A week from now.
Okay.
Good to know. Good to know. All right, let's get into this UFC 279 card. Break it down a little bit. Maybe go over a little bets. Pick our parlay. Call it good. What do you guys think?
Yep.
I kind of like that. For our parlay, we don't have to stick to MMA. We can go football games, whatever you guys want, props. So let's go over this. Early prelims on this UFC 279 card. I'm just going to kind of read them off. I don't know too many of these people. I will say what I know, though, and what I think. So we got Darian Weeks taking on Johan Le Nice. That's going to be the first fight of the early prelims starting at 4 p.m. Right after that, we got the women's strawweight, Melissa Martinez, 7-0, taking on Elise Reed, 5-2. Not bad, not bad. Don't know either of those ladies, but right after that, we have a bantamweight fight, Chad Angler versus, dude with one name, let's go, Alente Gali. Alente Gali? What do you guys think?
Let me see the name.
I mean,
Alante Kelly. You give it a try, Dave.
One name.
One name.
What do you seal?
Yo, don't judge him.
Are you Nene?
I think he's the favorite for me, based on that. No, just kidding.
Dude, that's one name. Try and say that, Dave.
I would say Ala Tingeli.
Oh shit.
I don't know because it's
I didn't
G.
see it.
It's G, okay. It's ALATENGHEILI. So I'm assuming that's pronounced with some accent.
Yes, indeed.
One name though, bro.
So we got again Chad Angler, 12-5, taking on Alan Tagley. All right, Alan Tagley, Alan Tagley. All right. Going on after that, we got Norma Dumont taking on Daniel Wolf. I do have a little something to say on this. I think Norma Dumont's going to win this fight because we have Daniel Wolf coming in, a 1-0 UFC fighter. That's very unheard of. The only UFC fighter I really know of that fights in the UFC at 1-0 is Brock Lesnar. That's really it. Think of another 1-0 fighter in the UFC. Doesn't happen.
I mean,
Doesn't happen. I don't know why. I mean, it's on an early prelim. It's not like it's matter. Whatever. That fight is actually a featherweight, just so you guys know. That is the feature early prelim. Going on to the prelims, we have Jake Collier taking on Chris Barnett. That's going to be a nice fight. I would say that fight does not go the distance. I will say that right there. Going on right after that, we have Denise.
Denise.
Yeah, I should have said Dennis first instead of, because I could have said Dennis then Denise, but it's weirder now that I did the opposite of that. So we got Dennis Tulinen. Liunin. Yeah, I feel more confident about that. Dennis Liunin taking on Jamie Pickett. And then we have Halton Almeida. Whoa. I'm sorry, Zizi. Taking on Antoine Takarj. He's an undefeated fighter. Then we have the feature prelim, Hakeem Dawudo taking on Julian Erosa. Yes, get her, Dave. Get her, Dave.
Oh, fuck.
Get her, Dave. That's what we're talking about, ZZ. Fuck off. How about
Hold
that?
up.
Okay. This is
What do you
our
think about
time.
this, ZZ?
Yeah, what do you think, ZZ?
She's like talking about MMA.
She's about to pap the shit out of me.
She looks up there. She's like, I wish I was up there. Going on to this main card, we got Johnny Walker taking on Ion Kutilaba. That's going to be a good fight.
Did you
I
hear-
honestly assume that fight's not going to go to the distance as well.
Did you hear Johnny Walker said that I don't know.
Blaming weed for him losing all the
Yeah,
all
he
the
said
time?
that this was his quote was something to the paraphrase of like, yeah, I was consuming CBD in large consumptions, and apparently all CBD has trace amounts of THC, and THC was robbing me of my energy or some shit. Said he felt like THC was the reason for his downfall. I was like, bitch, you smoking diet weed.
Yo, go talk to Patty Plimblett, okay? That motherfucker smokes like a train,
Dude,
and he's one of the biggest fighters in the
Nate
world.
smokes joints at press conferences. I don't want to hear it.
I would bring up Nate, but I mean, Nate is coming off loss, and he's not the best fighter in the world. So, like, he's one of the biggest, but, like, I mean, if we're talking legacy, yeah, I would rather bring up Patty or something. Who else is a fighter that smokes up? Israel Otis. Izzy smokes the fuck up.
Yeah. Connor, but probably.
Hey, Johnny Walker. Talk to Izzy, brother. Don't know what you're talking about.
Your problem is you were smoking Delta 8, Brad.
Maybe we're just all defensive. All right. Moving on to the fight right after that, we have Irene Aldana in a catchweight taking on Macy Chisson. All right, we got Irene at 13-6 taking on Macy 9-2. All right, now we have to like kind of get into the. I wanted to just blast through all of those fights and like not really care about the rest of them because like my brain's frazzled from the last 3.
That news
on this main
was
card,
like a whole like 20 minutes of just.
Well, I mean, we were dealing with the whole thing yesterday with the press con. I was watching that press conference live.
Yeah,
I was at work.
Yeah,
I seen that the notification came on. I said, "Okay, boom, press conference. Isn't that perfect time? I'm gonna watch this press conference." Dana cancels it because of the fight, and now we have a shuffled 279 deck.
Hell yeah.
We have the first fight, a catchweight bout at 180 between Li Jingliang and Daniel Rodriguez. Crazy. I didn't really. So, I mean, Daniel Rodriguez was supposed to take on Kevin Holland. Li Jingliang was supposed to take on Tony Ferguson. Now we have Li Jingliang fighting Mr. Daniel Rodriguez. I want to say this fight is not going to go the distance for sure. Both of these guys are finishers. But I can see Daniel Rodriguez pulling out a decision win.
Yep.
That is a very likely outcome, I see. But again, Li Jingliang is not a he's a tough customer, man. He's not a pushover. He's not both of these guys. It's crazy to see. My brain's still frazzled from them even having to fight each other. What are the odds on these guys, Winston? We got Li Jingliang at what? Wow,
Plus 122, and then Daniel Rodriguez at minus 150.
CZ was mad. Dude, I don't know, man. What was the numbers again? Plus
122 for Lee.
Wow.
And we got
The
minus
Leech,
150 for
the
Daniel.
underdog now. Now we have the Leech at underdog. We had the Leech sitting at a minus like 250 favorite over Tony Ferguson. Yo, stop abusing this kitten. ZZ, I swear to God, just let her. Just
God damn, that was pretty athletic.
that was a powerful jump.
That was nice.
She's like, I've been trying to do that for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I know. This guy's been denying her. All right, but yeah, the Leech. Who wins this fight, Dave? God, man,
Rodriguez, because Rodriguez has momentum and he's not coming off a loss.
he isn't coming off a loss.
Rodriguez, shout out Rodriguez.
Lee's coming off a knockout.
Rodriguez is sponsored by a cannabis company.
Oh no,
called,
Lee's coming off of a Hamzat fight.
Yeah, he lost.
Yeah, he got choked out.
He walked. Dana picked him up.
Choked out cold.
He walked him up to Dana, picked him up, and he's like, "This is the best you got." And then he choked him out.
yeah. Hamzat's crazy. I think he's gonna do that to Kevin. That's not good. All right. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I got Daniel Rodriguez kind of edging out Lee. I want to say Daniel hitting a decision win though. You never know. But honestly, I kind of see this. I kind of see this fight. Now that I said that, this fight, I can see this fight not going the distance. Easy. I don't know. It's crazy. I'm still frazzled over it. I'm gonna pick Daniel Rodriguez. Who you got? You got the Leech. You got the Leech.
I don't know really either of these guys, honestly.
Okay. So Li Jingliang got choked out by Hamzat Chimaev last fight.
Okay.
Daniel Rodriguez coming off of 3 wins.
Also, Daniel Rodriguez, a cool little fact about him.
Rodriguez hasn't fought this year, but he has a decision win over Mike Perry, a knockout of Preston Parsons, and a decision win over Kevin Lee.
Oh yeah,
which is good, pretty good.
Kevin Lee is a beast.
So see, this is what I mean. Decision, Daniel Rodriguez. I can see it.
Yeah,
I can see it. All right, going back.
Yeah, I still don't know. Based on that, I mean, sounds like Hamzat is a beast. So, Lee getting choked out by him.
Doesn't say much.
I mean, it doesn't take any off of you. Yeah, I see you.
And Daniel Rodriguez, I'm not really impressed by his opponents, the ones that I know.
What?
So
I see you.
I feel like Kevin Lee was popping, but I don't think he's popping anymore.
I mean, he did fight him in 2021, and that was when he was indeed not popping.
Yeah, he was popping, but
in 2021, he fell off in like 2020, 2019.
Kevin Lee got let go from the UFC, and now he fights in a promotion that the UFC owns. That's Khabib's organization called Eagle FC.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yes.
Did not know that existed.
Still fighting.
Super low key.
Super low key though. Moving on after that, man, we have a catchweight co-main event. Hamzat Chimaev, 11-0, taking on Kevin Holland. Again, guys, you guys see me freaking out earlier. This fight is crazy. These guys went from talking shit to each other in the back
24 hours ago
to having to fight in front of everyone, millions of people. I'm the most excited for this fight right here. Hamzat and Kevin Holland. These are both They're gonna kill each other, dude. Hamzat is. Oh my god, dude. Kevin's gonna be talking shit to him the whole time in the ring.
That's all.
The whole time in the ring.
Kevin's
Even if he's losing, he's gonna be talking shit to Hamzat, and Hamzat's gonna talk shit back.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's gonna be crazy.
If I have it my way, I hope Kevin Holland beats the brakes off this guy because not because I have anything bad. I have nothing bad to say about Chimaev, but if the fact that you didn't make weight and all this happened, I'm like enthusiastic about you losing now. I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's gonna lose.
I think he's gonna win. Yeah,
but Kevin Holland beating Hamzat would not be like. It would be.
I wouldn't be like, oh my god,
that's an upset, but that's not like.
It wouldn't be an upset like Nate.
Yeah. Bless you twice. So
but it's still an upset, man. I mean, Hamzat's still a minus 520.
Yeah.
I kind of want to parlay up Hamzat.
If Kevin Holland fights him serious and can avoid the takedown, Kevin can win this fight, but his keys to victory are stoppage. Yeah. Hamzat, like, if you
ain't winning a decision against Hamzat.
What Hamzat did to Gilbert should tell anyone that you're not going to out-tough
Gilbert,
him.
yeah. Oh, man. Oh, God, I forgot about that. That's so true.
That whole war.
And I just assumed Kevin Holland was white because that's like the whitest name you can have.
Really?
But, dude, Kevin Holland? That's white as fuck.
I guess. Dude, he has a knockout when he was, he fought like 4 times in 2020 when like a lot of fighters were like sitting out because of COVID and shit, didn't have whatever vaccine.
Knocked a dude out from the bottom.
So it was not only just a dude, it was fucking Jacare Souza.
One of the best fucking grapplers in the fucking division.
This dude's won like Brazilian like gi tournaments, like his second time ever doing it, like world champion Brazilian jiu-jitsu. So he's in a full guard, Kevin Holland. So basically he's on his back, and he's kind of on his side a little bit like this. And Jacare's on top. He's trying to maneuver. He's throwing punches. He throws like a nice punch in Kevin Holland. He's just like, oh, that was a good one. Again, there's no fans. You can hear everything that's happening. And then Kevin Holland from the bottom with like, I don't know how he got any amount of force from the bottom laying down, just goes, whoop, throws a big hook real quick.
Oh, yeah, it was a hook.
And then after that,
Damn hammer fist, right?
And like Jacare ate that, and when he ate that, he was wobbled by it from a ground strike, and then Kevin Holland stands up immediately, and it's just like whop, 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 and then like homie's just eating punches as he's already done. That's almost never been seen before. The fact that he could generate power with no leverage, no hips thrust at all, just wind up, that's insane.
Yeah,
insane. So
that's dope. So he's got a punch.
He's got hands.
He's got hands, bro. He has a chance to win this fight.
He just loses typically by rear naked or by like mean grapplers. Like
I mean, Hamzat not being able to prepare for this fight, and Hamzat also being overweight.
He's prepared.
Trust me, he's prepared.
Well, like for Kevin though, like I know he's prepared in general, but
the blueprint that beats.
He was throwing around DC, man. Really? They were fucking around wrestling. He was throwing around DC. I think anybody you throw in that cage with Hamzat, he's ready for.
Yeah.
Really. But I think Kevin Holland has heavier hands than Nate. He has heavier hands. Like, that's... Kevin can crack him, dude. And again, like we said, what if he does what he did to Jacare? Hamzat's controlling him on the ground, and then Kevin punches him in the face and fucking rings his bell.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like, I can see it happening, but man, Hamzat's a murderer.
Is Hamzat, or however you say his name, is he basically just fucking, the guy that retired early as fuck, the guy that was really, really good? I forgot his name.
Henry Cejudo?
No, he was like one of the GOATs, but he's not the GOAT. Best, pound per pound fighter ever. It doesn't matter.
Probably Khabib.
Thank you. Yeah, it was Khabib. Yeah, okay. I don't know how he didn't get that at first.
Khabib. I'm sorry. I should have remembered. But yeah, I think, is he like him? Does he fight like him?
No, Khabib is one of one when it comes to the way he pummels people. Hamzat
takes him out.
Hamzat's a pummeler, but he's like
takes him out.
He'll take you wherever you like, whatever you give him, he's taken, and he's gonna run with it. Like I think his second fight in UFC, he knocked the dude out in like 20 seconds. And here's the fight: circle, circle, circle. He backs him up to the cage. Over. One punch.
Damn.
Whole fight.
One.
So like he's got one punch power, but more of the times than not, because he did a bunch of grappling in like wherever he's from. I forget where he's from originally, but he was barred from entering into certain tournaments for some weird stipulations that he was unaware of, and so he made it like his life's journey to basically be the best grappler he ever could. Realized it wasn't that fruitful, took it to MMA, and so now he's just a juggernaut. Like he's not. No one compares to what Khabib did. He's adjacent to it, but like with Hamzat, like will he take him down? Will he stand with him? We don't know. when you fight Khabib, it's like when, not will or when, or sorry, not if he'll take him down, when. Khamzat doesn't have that same implication. He might win this fight by just like strikes alone, and he won't need to take it down. Will he? It's for him to decide.
I think he's taking down Kevin.
Oh, he's gonna try to throw him.
Oh yeah, he's taking him down. He's gonna smash him.
But when he fought Gilbert, he stood and banged with him.
Did stand and
stood
bang
and
with
banged with him, and
That okay? So you saying that maybe that makes me think, hey, he's gonna stand and bang with Kevin until he drops him or something, or tries to drop him.
it's possible. It's hard to say.
I could see Khamzat dropping Kevin. But I
could
could see
too.
Kevin dropping Khamzat too.
Do you guys think it will go the distance? I don't think it's going to go the
No,
5 rounds, no way.
no way, not a 5-rounder.
distance. I don't think.
I think Kevin can pull Khamzat to deep rounds. I really think he can, but man, it's gonna be hard to do.
Think about this. Kevin Holland fought Marvin Vettori, and Marvin Vettori like didn't really hurt him, but he just had his way with him. Marvin Vettori would probably get dealt with by Khamzat.
Yeah.
Again, MMA math does not work. Everyone has a game plan until you get punched in the face. There's a lot of variables that could happen, but like the fact that Holland was just a guinea pig to whatever Marvin Vettori wanted to do on the grappling is going to be an exact foreshadowing, I think, for what Khamzat's capable of. But more. I think Khamzat's a better grappler than Vettori, but he's also a large, bigger man. He's just bigger, 185er who can cut to 170 versus Vettori, who's just kind of like a stocky, shorter dude.
Yeah.
I like it. What do you think, Winston?
I think I don't know.
It's hard, right?
Khamzat's the favorite.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're this again, brain frazzled.
Yeah.
These guys weren't supposed
This
to
is
fight.
real time reacting.
Yeah.
As we're saying this is the narrative we're assigning.
Yeah.
If I could put a bet, I'd put it on it not finishing.
Right.
This and the next
I know
fight.
they need to get these props up ASAP. They
Yeah.
need to get. I'm going to be checking every goddamn hour or something. All right, let's move on to this last fight, and then make our parlay. Nate Diaz fighting Tony Ferguson in the main event of UFC 279. Excuse me. Oh man, what do you say about this, huh? What do you say? Fighting at welterweight, both made weight, obviously.
I have a weird. For one, this fight is bananas. I'm more enthusiastic about this fight than the Khamzat Nate because I think the conclusion is so far gone. Versus Nate, I think Nate's key to victory is upset, and that's it. With this, it's anyone
Anywhere.
can fight, but this is gonna sound silly, but the win, again, Nate is on his last fight of his UFC contract. He stated multiple times he wants out. He's tried to opt out of the contract outright. Didn't want to get about because they wouldn't give him what he wanted. But what if, in some weird, this would be a perfect world for me, the winner of the Nate-Tony fight, I don't care who wins. I want Nate to win because he's my boy. I love Tony to death, but I just want Nate to win. Whoever wins that fight, assuming it's Nate included, maybe this could be a good, solid comeback opponent for Conor McGregor.
Right.
Because Conor has history with Nate.
I would watch both of those.
Conor has history with Nate. That's assuming.
I don't think Nate fights
I was
Conor
gonna say
again, though.
I don't think Nate will come back, but
I don't think so.
So that's just a perfect world scenario that won't happen. But
Right.
let's say Tony wins, and if Tony wins in any fashion that's other than a boring decision, Conor needs an opponent that he can compete with who isn't gonna beat the shit out of him. Don't come back to Dustin Poirier's Conor. That was dumb.
That's not it.
We don't care that you beat him when you beat him. You're not the same fighter. He's not the same fighter. Conor is gonna come back eventually, and
Hopefully
this could be a steamboat of momentum towards that. And in the same adjacent to all that news, I guess it was just a quick side note. We were at work when they confirmed in November, or I think it's November, the Michael Chandler versus Dustin Poirier fight.
Yep, that's gonna be crazy.
Contract signed. The winner of that fight gets the title shot. Guaranteed.
Crazy.
But think about this: Conor will always have a monkey wrench in that 155 equation or division, even though he claims he doesn't want to go back down to 155. So let's say 170. All of these 155ers are jumping at the bit to move up to fight Conor because it's Conor. So I think the stakes of the outcome of this pay-per-view could have huge foreshadowing stakes in future events, and especially anything involving Conor is going to be the biggest selling card of the year. The best-selling UFC fighter of all time is Conor McGregor.
So rolling back to the actual fight, though, Nate Diaz, Tony Ferguson, who we winning? Who's winning?
This fight is not going the decision. It's not. Or sorry, actually, let me run that back. Let me run that back. This fight is more likely to go to decision.
Okay,
I
good.
think.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could see you going decision, man.
I think the only way that either of these two get a finish, Tony could be taken out on his feet. His chin is
Definitely.
waning. He's eating a lot of punches, but I think this fight ends on the ground. Or
When's the last time Nate's finished somebody though?
finish
Been
someone.
fucking years.
He damn near.
Damn near don't count.
I mean,
Leon won that fight.
No
damn
doubt.
near don't count.
no doubt, but that shows that he's still in that fight. His
He
last
still
fight,
got
he was
it.
dangerous.
But when's the last time he's finished a fight? That's what I'm saying.
Probably
man.
Connor himself.
I think so. Like that's.
I could see
No,
it's not
he
going the distance.
He
though.
beat.
I can see it not going the distance.
He's beaten Anthony Pettis. I don't know if that was. I don't think he stopped that fight.
Because 5-minute round. Well, no, obviously.
So
it's 5-minute
lost the
rounds.
decision to
5 rounds.
Edwards. Got knocked out by Jorge. Lost the decision to Anthony Pettis.
He won the Pettis decision.
Oh, yeah, he did win the percent. Sorry, looked at that wrong. Lost the decision to Connor. Submitted Connor. He was the last person to finish. The last time Nate Diaz finished somebody was in 2016. Okay, 6 years ago.
Damn. But he's still relevant.
He's still relevant. I agree, but the finishing power and finishing. I just don't pick Nate inside the distance. Is what my suggestion.
It's unlikely.
It's the more unlikely, but hey, bigger payout. Like I could see people picking up Nate by knockout or TKO. That's very likely.
Yeah,
but-
the question mark that is Tony's
We haven't
chin.
seen it in a long time. Yeah, the big question mark is how is Tony looking?
Yeah, and then Tony's a
Because if Tony comes in as old Tony, Nate has a tough night.
Yeah, and Tony's fighting at 170. This is his first fight at 170. I think he won the Ultimate Fighter at 170, but this is his first fight back at 170 in a minute.
I mean, I feel like any
He's not cutting weight.
any night, this is a tough night for Nate because Tony is a dog. But again, like you said, he's questionable because of his chin.
All I know is
Because how many losses is he coming off of?
a few.
Tony got knocked out by Chandler.
He lost to Charles Oliveira.
Lost a decision to Beneil Dariush.
Oh yeah, I
in
forgot all about that.
Lost a decision to Oliveira. Got knocked out by Justin Gaethje.
Lost to,
Then knocked out Cerrone in 2019.
So it's been a
Tony's
minute
had
for
a
him.
finish before him. I mean, more recent than Nate, I guess I could say. I don't know. This is a pick 'em. It kind of reflects on the betting odds too. Like Nate's sitting at the favorite, Tony's sitting at the underdog, right? Or was Nate the underdog?
Nate was the underdog.
Nate was the underdog.
It was like a plus 140, like a minus
Yeah,
140.
it was very close. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Nate turns into the favorite.
I think he will.
Just because
Tomorrow.
people love Nate Diaz and they'll fucking
And they're like, oh, he's not fighting Hamzat no more. Oh, Nate's
Exactly.
gonna win. Yeah,
They're gonna throw money on him.
I see it. Wow, I can't believe it.
So
I can't believe I'm looking at these fights.
It's hard to digest all at once because we're not even an hour into this news and it was all real time. I've already stated my case. I think so, but are you more enthusiastic about tomorrow's fights or the fights that were canceled?
Tomorrow's.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm more excited now. I don't know why.
I wasn't even aware.
I was excited for Hamzat Nate because I was like, I wanted to be like, go Nate, go. You know what I mean? Like, look at. But now I'm just like, fuck, man. Anybody can win any of these fights. Kevin can win against Hamzat. Hamzat's looking tasty. Fuck. And Nate can win against Tony. Tony can win against Nate. Lee can win against Daniel. Daniel can win against Lee. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. That being said, I think we should get into our parlay, boys. Let's get into our parlay and get the fuck out of here. How about we do that?
Yep.
All right, man. Anybody have their legs yet?
I'm ready.
You ready? It's Dave starting the first leg. Let me get my betting app open.
Should we do a UFC one and an NFL one, or
I'm
should
doing
Do
we-
NFL.
whatever you guys want.
I'm
Do
doing
whatever you
NFL.
guys are.
Oh, you're just doing the
But
NFL.
in the event that all of us, if I do NFL and then you do NFL,
I'm gonna do a UFC one
We
for
have
sure.
to have multiple.
I'm doing a UFC
Let's
one
not
for sure.
all do a UFL, but
Okay,
or
okay.
NFL. My prediction is kind of close to the one I said earlier, but I got Mahomes throwing at least 3 tuds.
So we
I
got
don't
Kansas City Chiefs facing the Arizona Cardinals. We're gonna go down to TD scorers.
Well,
right?
tell me what the odds for 3 versus 2 is, because I think 3 for Mahomes is not asking much
3 touchdowns.
for Mahomes.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta
So
go.
over 2, like 2.5. I don't know how that shit works.
Yeah. So if it's 2.5, then
What is
you
it
have
under?
to get 3.
Is it under passing props?
I wouldn't know. I'm
it'd
sorry.
have to be under the game.
Yeah. So
You have to go to game more wagers.
game more. What are you on? Are you on?
FanDuel.
Oh, okay, I'm on DraftKings. This isn't good.
I mean, we can make it after. I mean, I guess.
No,
What
I'm
is-
gonna.
Okay,
I'm
what
gonna
is it saying
try.
on your phone for the odds on that app?
For
Mahomes, like
Mahomes?
over 2.5 tuds.
I'm going to have to find it.
Forgive me.
It's all good.
TD
Sometimes
props.
they don't have those.
If not, I can come up with another one. I just
Okay.
kind of wanted to.
Yeah, Mahomes, 2.5, over, plus 130.
Is that good?
I mean, you can do the over, but they have actual, like, he will get more than this.
Yeah.
I just don't know how to. I found it yesterday. It's kind of hard to
Plus
find.
130 isn't bad.
I forgot how to find
Do you
it.
you don't think they're going to get any rushing touchdowns? Because I don't know if they score. They'll probably score 28 points.
That's like a rough estimate of where I think their average will be.
Yeah, Kyler is only over 1.5, but he's more of a runner too.
Yeah, and then when they get in the red zone, he'll, like you said, he'll rush the ball.
Yeah, I don't think that's a bad bet.
I didn't want it to be too risky or necessarily too conservative, and that sounds like pretty conservative.
Yeah.
But it's possible it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's not bad.
So, where do I go? I don't know. I don't know how to find this shit.
All right. Well, we
This is
can do
annoying.
it after the pod. You want to do that a part of your parlay?
I can, but if it makes it like less convenient, we can do whatever's clever.
I think it's smart. I'd say
As long as I know how to. I wish I could just like search for it, like, or just be like, do this, like, fucking.
Yeah, it's all right. We'll do it after. Let's build the rest of our parlay.
Well, hold on.
We can build a parlay on your phone for now,
Yeah,
assuming that app will combine
that is
them
true.
all.
So I could do past touchdowns over 2.5 or something, but you just said touchdowns, so it's
Yeah, he said over 2.5 plus 130.
That's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I have plus 125.
It's based on
better.
Yeah,
So
Wait,
over
no, it's
2.5
for Patty.
passing touchdowns.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Over 2.5. It's kind of a lot. Not gonna lie. All right, got it. Our odds are at plus 125. Winston, do you have your pick?
I'm gonna put money on the Buccaneers.
Money line?
Yep, minus 136.
I got it at 140.
Okay,
That brings our parlay odds to plus 285.
nice.
Now going back to UFC.
Yeah, we got to include some fight bet.
Scroll down.
It's so new. Are you gonna bet on some of those new fights?
I don't know. I'm gonna.
What would the odds for the distance?
I wish God, I can't do props. That's the shitty thing.
Yeah, on the new fights. Yeah,
Can't do props.
can I actually change mine to the Panthers? I want to change mine to the
I mean,
Panthers.
do whatever you want.
Okay.
Panthers versus the Browns.
Yeah.
So I gotta take that off, right?
Yeah.
So bye Bucks. God, you're just confusing people. Now my app just crashed.
Damn.
This is a mess.
You wouldn't have that problem if you
Fucking
had an
mess.
iPhone.
I mean,
No.
you still could, but
I'm just being facetious.
It's fucking everyone. My money's just been sitting on DraftKings, so I've been using DraftKings.
yeah.
Like, because I just keep getting.
Yeah, you gotta balance.
fucking- yeah. And I haven't loaded money in a long time.
I wonder.
All right.
I don't know if we could parlay them up. I'm pretty sure it's only during certain times, but DraftKings introduced this thing. It's not new per se, but it's called no sweat bets, where basically you opt in, and then your next bet up to a certain dollar amount you can bet, and if you lose your bet, they will reimburse you in the equivalent that you bet in free bets. So it's kind of a risk-free deal.
Nope, I got mine. So right here, so we have Jake Collier and Chris Barnett to not go the distance of minus 150. These are heavyweights. I've gotten been in the ass for a heavyweight to not go the distance before, but
Me too.
Chris Barnett coming off of the spinning fucking hook kick, and then Jake Collier being a finisher. I want to take that up. That'll bring our parlay up to plus 542. Holy shit, that's
Damn.
fucking huge.
That's crazy.
And that's including the Panthers winning?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not the Panthers. I'm sorry.
Oh, it'll be even more
Yeah.
with that.
Because my app crashed.
The Panthers are like minus
Let me
like
go back.
104.
Let me go back right
That's
here.
a pick 'em. And I think the Panthers are going to beat the Browns.
Yeah.
I don't think the Browns are very good. Which could be
A
percent.
minus 110 on DraftKings. That brings our parlay up to a plus 615. Whoa.
Nice.
Whoa. All right, man. You guys heard it here first. So, Sport Champs parlay for this episode, episode 11. We got Dave hitting Patrick Mahomes over 2.5 passing touchdowns against the Cardinals. You got Carolina Panthers money line against the Cleveland Browns. Me, I got Jake Collier and Chris Barnett to not go the distance. Now, I'm kind of pulling away and maybe wanting to pick another one if we can get a better odd from it. I don't think we're going to, though. I'm looking at Johnny Walker versus Ion Kutilaba to not go the distance. I want to see what The odds are minus 450. Not going to pick it up.
Nope.
All right. So, yeah, that is our parlay. I just stated it. If you just missed it, go back 10 seconds. If you put $10 down, you win $71. If you put $5 down, you win $35. If you put $1 down, you win $7. I'm putting $5, I think.
Go for it.
Yeah, I think I'm putting. How much are you putting?
Well, honestly, I can't open up my shit. So
No?
and
Okay.
it's iPhone. So
We'll talk about it later.
All the sports apps are just fucking up right now.
Yeah.
No, it's that fight card. Everyone's
Probably.
changing their bets. All these bets just got invalidated. Who had like?
I'm gonna have to make a bunch of bets now. Like I'm gonna have to go through and start making bets for tomorrow before the odds change.
Think about all those bets that people cashed in that had like they parlayed every fight that just changed.
Yeah,
The whole bet just got what is it like invalidated?
I had
What does that look
one
like?
hole of my parlays taken
If
away.
the fight gets canceled, it's voided.
It's void. They void it.
That leg of the parlay will be voided, and if it's just one bet, then that's just voided.
It's funny.
No,
a
what
hole-
if-
one hole of my parlays got voided.
That's what I was about to say.
Oh.
Like if you bet
The whole
those
parlay
three,
got voided.
if you bet those 3 bouts that changed,
Yeah,
which is
it's
what you
voided.
just did.
Voided.
Yeah.
Gone.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah. Bet's gone. You get your money back, but
I wasn't worried
whatever.
about that.
All right. So you guys heard our parlay. You guys heard our picks. You guys heard our bets. Do we have anything else to go over?
Didn't you mention
We're good.
you wanted to predict some AFC West stuff?
Broncos.
Maybe next step?
Yeah.
Maybe next step.
Yeah.
It's
A little
getting
more
kind of late.
football next
It's
step,
getting
yeah.
kind of late.
Yeah.
It's getting kind of late. All right, guys. This has been Sport Champs episode 11. Man, if you guys listened all the way through this episode, you guys are fucking awesome. Emphasis on the fucking. All right. Winston, you want to send anything out?
Shout out Broncos. Hopefully they win on Monday. You know, we got the minus 6.5. Me and Ricky put like $30 on that combined.
You might put more.
Yeah.
We'll see what's up, man.
Exactly.
Because I'm kind of feeling nice on that bet. That's a nice bet.
pretty
to make,
good.
man. It's pretty good. How about you, man?
The only thing I wanted to say is everybody, please holler at all these hosts for the tickets for that October 29th show.
Yeah, nice.
And don't forget to subscribe, man. If you guys are not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to this channel. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on our year mark. Make us do it, man.
Yeah, like just give us that little subscription. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, help a boy out.
like when you go into your subscriptions onto YouTube and you see the thumbnail of all the subscriptions you have, you don't have like this thumbnail, the Street Champs thumbnail, because you're slacking. So you should sign up and you should buy a ticket.
Sign up.
And then peep all of this man's new music.
Yes, definitely check out all the new music. I actually have a song, Lionheart, dropping on September 17th. September 17th. Lionheart will be dropping on all major platforms, so be ready for that, guys. Be ready for that. Rick G, you guys know where to find me. Hit the links below. Hit that link tree below. And again, have to say it again, do not forget to subscribe. Shout out to Street Champs. Shout out to Still Spicy. Shout out to Bitch What. Everybody on this platform we have here. And have a good night. And enjoy the fights.
Yep.